And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. So sorry to keep you guys waiting. I was just getting back into the house and had to, shuffle some stuff around. Tonight we got a real great panel for y'all. We're gonna be talking about some stuff. It has been a very, very, very slow news week, but we are here tonight and we're gonna talk about some stuff. We got a couple of topics for y'all, and it's gonna be a great show. Let's get this thing moving and let's get it popping. Let's do it. Hey, what's up, everybody?
What the hell was magic?
What's poppin', people?
What's up, Leo?
What's up, man?
There were
What's
four.
up,
There was an intro, and now there are five.
And then there are five. It's magic.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. Hey, what is up, everybody? We got a great show for y'all tonight. Before we start off, I just gotta give a big shout out. Hold on, I'm gonna solo myself on this one real quick. Got to give a big shout out to our matter of fact, he's here. Leo, do the honors for her name, please. There we go. And y'all know him. Our guy Mario hooked me up with this shirt from Galaxy's Edge, and it is awesome. Lando Calrissian Space Capes. Yes. Love it. So thank you, you guys. You guys are awesome. It's so wonderful. We got a wonderful community here. All kind of good people. And we always look out for each other. That's how you got to do it. We are brothers and sisters in arms when it comes to collecting. Absolutely. And want to give a shout out first to the wonderful panel. First up, we got this guy. I did it right here. Looking snazzy in that shirt, might I say. Looking very snazzy. Absolutely. We got him here. Maz Toy Box. Maz, how you doing, brother? What you got going on?
I'm doing great, man. My week was awesome because this trailer dropped.
Yes.
Yes.
I know y'all been waiting. You guys been waiting for that trailer for some years now, right? You said you've been waiting for backstage. You said you've been waiting for about 30 years for that, right?
They've been talking about a Sandman movie or something since the 90s. Johnny Depp was originally supposedly be attached to it and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just excited that it's finally happening. Between this and then also Prey, which is going to be released the same day. So is Netflix going to drop this whole season on me? Because I'm going to have to watch that first. I'm sorry. This is going to be first for me, not Prey. This is going to be first.
A lot of good stuff.
Come on, Sandman in the house. Look at that.
Oh damn, you serious about it? That's when you know you about when you got it etched in your skin. That's when you know you're true.
I got a Brother Destiny on my calf, but I'm not going to put that up on the table.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Good to man. Like a lot of good stuff coming out, man. Definitely. Gotta go to my guy. Y'all know who this guy, Loco Lu, right here, man. My co-host to Half Shell Saturday. I was about to say, you know what I was about to say, but that's right. Lou, what's going on with you?
What's poppin', people? Okay, first and foremost, thank you for having me. My partner in crime when it comes to turtles, and what's popping, everybody on the panel. My other brothers in arms up in here, and everybody in chat. What's up? You already know what to do. Hit that like button on your way in. If you ain't a subscriber yet, subscribe. Subscribe to everybody here. You know my slogan, man. What's popping?
That's right. Thank you so much for being here as well. And we got this guy right here, one of the hardest working man out here in the streaming world. Always got something popping. My guy, 1/6ScaleMan, Layout. How you doing, brother? Good to have you here as always.
Pretty good, man. It's been a interesting week, interesting day, but yeah, pretty good, man. I'm excited to be here as always. Yeah. I mean, that's it, bro. I can't say it enough, man. It's been a very, very, very strange, interesting week. I've been working pretty much all week behind the scenes, you know, trying to get a couple videos done, you know, just unboxing a couple of things that I've been backed up, bro. Like I said, I was in vacation mode the whole month. And while I was in vacation mode, everything kept coming. So it's like nothing stopped. So I didn't have really time enough to really finish videos. So it's just like one at a time. Shout out to everybody who supported that Ahsoka video. Thank you very much for that. You know, I just started to go back to the original format of Take Your Position, which is releasing, you know, posing videos on new releases, stuff like that. And people they seem to love it. So,
Dope,
yeah,
dude.
man, thank you very much for that. I have the mall video that will be dropping either tonight or tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for that. You know, again, man, like these figures in hand, you know, don't sleep on that mall, bro. That mall, people just, you know, they go off for the production photos, but when you have it in hand and you pose them up and you get that feel of that character, man, like, yeah, I am literally.
Is that still in stock? Did that leave stock or did that come back in stock?
I don't know.
It came back.
It came back.
It definitely came back, bro. But it is in my opinion, it is a beautiful piece, bro. It's beautiful because you get the mechanics, and I just like to see the evolution of Maul. You know what I mean? We got, you know, from Phantom Menace, you know, to Solo, you know, to this particular version that we got, bro. It's the evolution, and I think that figure is incredible. I love it. You know, a lot of people won't, you know, maybe not, but I love everything about that figure, bro. Like literally, I do. It kind of snuck up on me, bro. It can end up possibly being one of my top 5 figures of the year. Like literally.
Ooh, wow.
That's just
Nice.
in my opinion, because once you have it in hand and you see how aesthetically it looks next to, especially with Ahsoka, and them two paired up, it is a beautiful masterpiece, bro. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I can't wait to release that video. I got that Snoke Speeder Luke in today. My Mark 5
figure.
It shows up tomorrow. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on right now, man. It's just time. It's having the time to do it. So yeah,
I get it, man. Dude, I'm feeling a little bit enabling energy from you with that mall right now because you're saying all the right things, and I'm like, bro.
And the thing is, I'm not going. And here's the thing. It's no foam. I'm not here to basically sell it on everybody. I can only tell you how it makes, like, me having it in hand and being a Maul fan. And I guess I'm a bit biased because I am a true Maul fan, bro. I have that dude tattooed on my back. So, you know, because of that, bro, like I wasn't expecting anything less. I have it in hand, and when you see it, and especially when you pose it up with the Coruscant guard, bro, that thing is amazing, bro. It's such an amazing piece. I can't say it enough. I love it.
That's awesome. And last but not least, y'all know my brother right here, my brother from another mother right here, the XO6 player pimp extraordinaire. Anthony,
good day to you.
Scale Mafia. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, bro.
Hold on,
good,
flex
man.
that mug again, man, because I got one of those. I'm about to get one of those.
Oh yeah, my
I'm gonna have one
Mafia in the morning, man.
There you
Good to go, man.
Looking good,
to
brother.
go.
Absolutely.
Enjoy your coffee or tea or anything else you like to drink. Yeah, man. No, it's good, man. Thanks for having me again. You know, I know last week was, dude, it's been kind of like what Leo was saying, man. It's been a busy ass week for me. Yeah. People been like, hey, where you been? I'm like, work, man. And you know, it's been slow. Right? I was like, that's why I didn't do anything Saturday night. I'm like, what are we gonna talk about? I'm not talking about Doctor Strange for 2 hours, you know?
Yeah, to be honest, I was thinking about not even doing the show tonight either, but you know, we got some stuff to talk about. So I was like, you know, might as well do it.
I'd have whooped your ass if you didn't come in tonight.
Damn.
And that's why I did it. I don't want the smoke. I don't want the smoke. Absolutely. Before we start, guys, let's go through the chat real quick. We're gonna go through real quick, guys. Just want to name everybody that's in here. We got, I like calling him Christian Dior Collections. Says, yo, what's up with you? We got Philip the Fool up in here. That's what's up. It's enabling at its finest. Absolutely. We got Big Bruh in here. He's on a business trip right now, but he'll be back with us next week. Amon Myers, how you doing, brother? Always good to have you here. We got Carlito in the house. Carlito, how you doing? Said Maul, CW Maul, it's not bad at all. See what he did there? I think it's a good figure. The other Mauls are just better, in my opinion. I mean,
they are. I mean, put it this way, I can't say who's better because they all have their own definitive look.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's not to say who's better, it's just to say that they all fit for its time. You know what I mean? Maul fit for, Solo Maul fit for Solo Maul. Phantom Menace, we basically have Raiden. That's the OG, so of course that's going to trump everything. But when you get this piece in hand, bro, it's just the mechanics, and it serves for both Clone Wars and just like live action if they ever wanted to do it. It's just incredible. I love it.
Okay, all right. I'm hitting the pre-order button now. I'm in the order button now.
I saw Lou the whole time. Like,
I still have it. I haven't hit it yet. I have my payment plan set up.
Brother.
I'm ready to go.
The one drawback I'm seeing with that, I mean, I have him on order, but the one drawback I'm seeing is that his head is actually a different color than the paint on his body.
Well, see, the thing is, bro, people have to understand, especially with that version and what we got in season 7. Not once did he take his shirt off. You know what I mean? So that's and also the hood. So it's just an added accessory that I think is decent. To me, when you see it in person, that does not matter. When you see it in person, it does. For me, just having it on, having it aesthetically the way it is right now, I love it. I have nothing bad to say about it at all.
I can use Photoshop and fix my pictures with the red as far as that goes. But what bothers me is it's just blatant that they just reuse the Solo Maul head sculpt. I mean, if they don't even have the reds matching up like that, I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, well, but I think you're getting a lot.
It's the likeness. It's the same likeness as Ray Park. So, I mean, I don't see why they would want to use a different head sculpt because it makes sense. It makes sense to the character. It makes sense to what we actually got from, you know what I mean? We have, it's him. You can tell it's Ray Park. It's the way he looked from Solo Maul. I mean, yeah, they could have gave us an updated version. They could have actually gave us the version from the OG. You know what I mean? So, but why? You know what I mean? Like the way I see it is just like, why? Like, if it fits, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Again, it's just my opinion. I don't want nobody to think that I'm basically. I've been accused of saying that I don't. If people don't agree with me, I don't like them. Like what? Come on, man. No, that's not it. I'm just saying in my opinion.
Not true.
Yeah, right.
You and I got a lot of varying opinions, but we're like, whatever.
You know what I mean? Like it's but I'm just saying, like, I don't mind the simple fact that it doesn't have, or that it has the same head sculpt, because again, once I saw it in person and what I'm able, I'm just a Maul fan, so I'm going to be biased, but I just love it. That I just have so much, and I have equal love for all of the Maul figures. But that one right there, bro, is just for what I got right now, man. Like, I just love Maul, and it just does it for me right now.
No, I think one of the, like you said, and that was one thing that I was missing out, with that release. The fact that when you put it all together with that Clone Wars line, like even looking at those pictures that you took, those pictures are fucking phenomenal. With that, with him and Ahsoka battling, and I was like, when I saw that, I was like, ooh. Should I?
Yes.
So right there, it's like having, like you said, each Maul goes with its time and goes with
it has its own uniqueness. It has its own era. And having that up against Ahsoka, bro, having him actually fighting the clones, the Coruscant guards, you know what I mean? I even actually modified I kind of modded and recreated that throne. So it's just, again, for me, I think it's just worth it for what I want and what fits, in my collection. So, I mean, to each their own. Some people may not like it. And that's completely understandable because, like I said, there might be certain things that turn you off with it. But for me, it's just like, yo, that thing is incredible. I love it.
Well, I'm not sacrificing anything. I got all the Mauls.
Hold on, guys. One thing I do have to say before, because we do kind of keep this moving because we are
go ahead.
9:15. We got to move. With the chat. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to come back. I promise you, I will come at the end of the show. I'm going to address everybody that has come in here. So I will do that at the end of the show.
Yep,
We got to keep the show moving.
Let's go.
And we also got another. Boom! This guy.
This guy.
I thought you were on the set. Hold on. I thought you were on the set filming, and you told me today that you could not make it, and now you're here. So what happened on the set?
So here,
tell him the truth. Tell him the truth.
It was all Leo's fault.
Hey, well, what's going on? You got a microphone now? You stepping up the game?
Got a microphone.
So I heard that he couldn't show. And
so here's
I was
the thing.
like, "Yo, are you filming?" And he was like, "Well, no, I got a break." And I just said, "Well, I'm gonna whoop your ass if you don't." You know what I mean?
No, so
there you go.
I got confused with the time because I thought you said 5:30. At 5 o'clock, and it's 8. So I was like, "Oh, that's right, 8 o'clock." Because I'm confused with Western time, Eastern time.
Yeah.
So my apologies for that. But yeah, I could make it. So I was like, "What's it called?" Riley to send me a text like, "Oh, he's on." Like, really? It's on now? I thought he started like a couple of hours ago. So I have time to do it. So I'm here. Sorry about that.
And I said this to everybody. So what's going on with you, man? What you got? What's going on with you? What's new with you?
Well, obviously I got a new microphone. But what was the thing?
You got that mic with my 10%. Just like you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll talk later.
Yeah. So me and Riley, we have Wonder Twins tonight. So
I can't wait for that show. I can't wait.
But I had to jump on because I can't miss Brother Cousin's live stream. I just can't. I can't do it. So
appreciate that, brother.
Hey, I just want to say, man, it was pretty cool. You got a signature sign of Jean-Carlos Esposito. That was pretty cool. I gotta tell you, I was like, wow, I gotta meet him one day, man. I gotta meet him one day.
He's a dude. He is awesome. He took the figure box and walked away with it. I was like, dude. At first I'm like, oh my god, he's so. But then at the end of the day, I'm a collector. I'm like, dude, get that back. Don't you have 12? If it was a figure of me, I would have.
I've been like, hey, yo, man, I'm gonna need that shit back.
Exactly.
You can afford it.
Yeah, exactly. He was great. He was interested.
Cool.
He was like, dude, he was like, where'd you get? He was like, who makes this? I was like, dude, this is Hot Toys in Hong Kong. He was like, for real? He was like, oh man, this is cool. And then he got to me a little close. I was like, don't step on my J's, bro. He was like, oh, I got you. Yeah, he was cool.
He's a cool guy. He seems like a cool guy.
Yeah.
Very cool guy. All
I'm
right,
more
guys.
jealous you met Haley Atwell.
Haley, oh man, she was like staring into a sunset.
Wow. Okay.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
She was like staring into a sunset. She was just a ray of sunshine, man. Tell you, and I know my wife is going to see this, and I'm going to get killed later, but it's so worth it. She's beautiful. Anyway, she'll never know. Anyway, she's going to kill me. All right, so all right, guys. So the first order of business, what we're going to put up is we're going to be looking at Prime 1 Ripley. They updated the paint, so let me bring that up real quick. Should have had that up for you guys. Let me see, crown tab, and here she is, and boom. I think me. Oh,
That's
sorry.
the updated one.
Yeah, that's me. But give me 1 second. There we go. I think me and Mafia were kind of like in the minority on this because I know we
still
were all
are, bro.
I think we still are. We were in the minority in this. I like it. I already liked it, but I think with the paint application, it definitely looks better. I can definitely see Sigourney Weaver in that. Mafia, I'm gonna go to you on this, brother. What is your thoughts on this?
Well, you remember when we discussed this initially?
Yep.
And I was like, yo, I gotta get this. This is even like I was cool, right? I was defending it. I was like, yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a, I don't know, like if it's like an anime feel or something, or but I was still like pretty excited for it. Even then, I was like, I really want to get this. So now seeing the updates, I was like, okay, so the sculpt hasn't changed.
Right.
I get that. Yeah. But the paint definitely helps. Definitely helps. And it's cool that they're listening to people. And I'm still standing by my decision, bro. She's coming home. And it's especially cool that she's on Sideshow. I tried to do the math in my head, and I was like, okay, you could put $117 down right now for the NRD, and then they won't start charging you till February next year.
Right.
you know, like $150 or something a month until like August or September. So I was like, you know what? That's cool. It's something I don't have to worry about right now because I don't. You know, it's weird, right? When you mess with statues, sometimes like I don't want to wait until next year to like really make the decision, and by then the exclusive edition's out because I really, you know, you want to have the face hugger too, you know, with the egg. So it's like,
yes,
okay, I can drop $120 right now and just forget about it till next year, and then you know what I mean. We'll cross that bridge when we get there at that point. But yeah, dude, totally gonna pick her up, man. I mean, it's Ripley. I firmly believe if it wasn't for her portrayal, I mean, we wouldn't really be where we are today. I mean, maybe we would, but
yeah,
I think she pioneered that. I'm not a damsel in distress. I'm not, you know.
She's showing up there way before
like,
Linda Hamilton.
Right, like here's a situation.
Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher, to an extent,
Carrie
yes.
Fisher. Yes,
I'll agree with that as well.
You're right.
But she was the main, you know what I mean? She's like the main character of the movies. So like in that respect, I was like, she didn't act like anything else. I was like, well, there's shit's fucked up, and I got a job to do. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things I liked growing up. You know, plus it's aliens, dude. It's badass. Both movies are awesome. So I gotta get her, man. I'm still doing it, man. I'm still doing it.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm definitely there with you. I mean, I really think this is going to be my first official statue. Don't know where I'm gonna put it. I'm with you, AJ. I'm
22 inches.
Yeah, I mean, she'll
So
fit in
not
the
too-
you
she's not too
pull
big.
out a shelf. She'll go in a detail, right? She'll go in a detail.
Yeah.
Right?
If
You
take
might
it
have
off.
to take a shelf off. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll go in a detail. Leo, I'm gonna go to you next. Is this something that you're interested in?
I'm not really. Not to say that it's not a beautiful piece. It's just not something that I would get. Again, I'm just very selective about my statues, bro. When I get and I wanted I was dying to get that 6 scale version. So I hate that I missed out on that one. And trying to get it right now is just like, yo, putting the mortgage down. So not doing that one, but yeah. It looks good. Like I mean, I can see her there. It's not perfect, but it's still decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's still, you know, Prime One, you know, had we seen like a, you know, J&D or Queen Studio, the likeness would have been there. You know what I mean? I absolutely believe the likeness would have been there.
For sure.
But you know, Prime One, I mean, they look still, they still, I mean, I know like they catch a lot of flack, but sometimes when they're on, they're on. When they're not, they're not. And this, I think they're definitely on. And you can see, you know, the likeness there. This is Ellen Ripley, Sigourney Weaver. Oh man, she's till this day. I don't care what nobody says. Till this day, Sigourney Weaver is still one of the most beautiful women in Hollywood, bro. In my opinion,
I agree.
And one of the strongest in Hollywood, in my opinion. You know what I mean? As far as just her energy. You know what I mean? I put her up there with a lot of strong females, especially females that we grew up with.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely think that whoever gets this piece, I mean, it's going to be amazing, but it's just not something I'm going to pick up. I just really hope that they do if they do here's the word. I don't want to use this because I know people are going to kill me over this, but I hope they do a re-release of the 1/6 scale statue, man, because I definitely need it. I mean 1/6 scale figure that is, because I definitely need it. I want it. It's a beautiful piece. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy for everybody who dives in on it. Looks like it's mixed media, right? Like you get material cloth with the shirt and the straps and everything like that. So it looks pretty good. Yeah, it's dope.
Definitely.
She's wearing the Reeboks.
The alien stompers. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, man.
Yep. And it's definitely a good piece. It's a good piece and looks good. And
you know what? Real quick, rumor has it. The rumor is out. That is that they're going back. They're trying to go back, and they're trying to figure out a way to what do we want to say? Retcon everything that happened from what was it, 2 forward?
Yeah,
like
3.
so
there was a thing with Neil Blumkin. He was going to be doing this deal where Alien 3 onward is retconned.
Is retcon? Yep, they wanted to retcon all of that and just start.
And I
from
don't know what
3.
happened.
Yeah, but there, she kind of, in a sense, leaked that there was talks going around. So if they do that, I will definitely be excited, because 3 on is just like, I just felt as though, even though there were certain parts about 3 that were really good, because it was haunting, but I just, as far as the character, they did it a disservice. So I hope that they kind of retcon that and just bring it back in a way that it's good, as long as the story fits. It'll be decent.
Definitely. Yeah, and one thing I wanted to bring up, and KG, we'll go to you on this one. Carlos kind of brought up. He said Prime 1 has been struggling with human sculpts at release. I think it's fair to say they have. Said I would wait until it's released. Understand that. KG, what is your thoughts about that? And I know you're also very selective when it comes to stuff in your collection. Is this something that you're interested in? And what are your thoughts about, like, them sticking, Prime 1 sticking the landing with this?
Sure, my 10% first.
Well, here's the thing. I got to be careful what I buy, because Leo's always by my side,
Exactly.
and he looks at my bank account. He's like, "Listen,
Exactly
what's going
right.
on? What's going on?" So
Good man.
Finder's fee.
I was so glad you recognized.
next, it's pretty,
Go ahead, finish.
No, this is I love Aliens 1. I absolutely love Aliens 1. And I love the film. I don't have a huge connection to it. If I were to buy a statue, Leo's still looking at me. If I buy a statue, it'd be something like a Batman or Superman, something like that I have a huge emotional attachment to, personally. But don't get me wrong, this statue looks great and all. And it kind of reminds me of, what you guys are saying about what I think it was Carlos about, their final product. It kind of reminds me of Hot Toys, where they kind of had their hit and misses with their sculpts, and similar to Prime 1 now. Prime 1 is kind of like that with Hot Toys. It's kind of the same treatment. And with Blitzway, you just never know what you're going to get. Like, for instance, the Joaquin Phoenix one, it was great at prototype. It was still good, but it wasn't living up to par to what we got for the prototype. One really bad one was the Heath Ledger. The Heath Ledger was horrible when it was released. So with Blitzway, it's like you're kind of gambling, your own money. So you just have to. With statues, it's kind of difficult because you have to pre-order them in order to, lock one in, because these things can sell out in a matter of days. But I think with Prime 1, they relatively stay in stock for a while, I believe, right? I'm not huge with statues, so I don't know how their livestock is, as far as statues goes. But yeah, I love the mixed media, with the tailored shirt and, with the skull. It looks great. It's a great statue. It's just not for me personally.
Good answer.
Yeah, Leo, you want to look the other way? Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Everyone look to the left.
Yeah.
Which way is left? It's that way.
So we're all looking at KG.
Was that what we're doing?
Me.
We're looking at this guy?
Oh.
Thanks, Brandon Salad. That's funny. Yes. So I'm gonna skip around a little bit. I'm gonna go to Maz. I know you're a big Aliens guy. What is your thoughts on this piece?
I don't need it. It looks like she's sick. I mean, and I've seen a Prime 1 / Blitzway statue in person. I saw the Daenerys Mother of Dragons one when I went at the Battlegrounds, and I was like, wow, somebody actually bought these things, because it didn't look impressive when I saw it like in person in the store. I was like, this is just ugh. They didn't capture Emilia Clarke that well at all. And that's the same thing as this one. This is a Prime 1 and Blitzway, collaboration one. So, yeah, she looks like she's got some kind of fever or something, man. The clothes look good, but her face just looks all sickly. I don't know if it's the lighting or what, but it just is not impressive right now.
A little sunken in from the images, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with my Hot Toy for now until hopefully we get another 1/6 scale figure, because I do want my Ripley with power loader. And hopefully that will come with Newt as well when they finally make that. You gotta have Newt for the scene. And I pulled her out.
Keep dreaming, man.
Yeah,
Wait,
I don't
so-
think you're gonna get that.
Does Queen Studios own Aliens license?
It'd be a Disney license now, so
Oh, it's a Disney license.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, because they own all that. And when they took over Fox, yeah, when they procured Fox, they got all that stuff.
Okay.
I mean, am I the only one here that has this figure, or
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't able to grab her.
I wanted to get her. Yeah, can't do it now. Carlos with the $5 bomb. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate that. Said the issue is we're seeing around a 20% decrease at release. Yeah, that is true. Jin Sakai, Joker, Mother of Dragons, etc. Prime 1 does not sell out.
Yeah, it's
I
the
mean,
hot toys of statues. Basically, they are oversaturating the market with Prime 1, so you know their stocks are staying.
Well said. Couldn't say it
Yeah.
any better. Going to go last but not least. Mr. Loco Lu, what is your thoughts on Ripley?
I said it when this statue first came up. It had like kind of an anime look to her face, and she did not look bad. It was a different take to it. But
Yes.
now that they've added a little bit more paint to the face sculpt, it looks a lot more like Ripley. It looks more like they captured her likeness very, very, very well, and it's lit very properly too, so you can see the bone structure and the highlights all within that sculpt, which looks phenomenal. I like the mixed media pieces. It's dope. It looks like they just pulled her out of the screen, you know, like even that
Are we
angle right
looking at
there.
the same pictures?
Well, Maz, you don't count. I'm speaking now. You had your turn.
That's
So-
if we're looking at the same pictures.
My turn. So, basically, I like it. I'm not buying it, but I do like it. I can appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm still hoping for Power Loader Ripley and see if that ever comes out, because we did see one way back when. So
Way
now,
back.
yeah.
It's been a while.
And let's see. You know what I mean? We could still revisit some stuff with Hot Toys, but as far as the statue goes, you know, it's a beautiful piece. If you're all in for it, go for it. You know, and ain't nobody gonna stop you from doing whatever it is that you're gonna do. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you speak with your wallet with what you like. It doesn't matter anyone else's opinion other than your own. That's why our collections are different and vary. So, you know, you got some people who are into 6 scale stuff, some people who are into statues, some people who are into 12 scale stuff like myself and brother cousins and even Lael to a certain extent. That he don't show them off though. You know, me and Lael
One of
talk
them I
about
made
that.
that snap man this week. I'm in that same boat.
And no, Boz, I saved you for last because me and you did the NECA thing on your channel last week. This week on Tuesday, which was really good, you know, and it was like Alien versus Predator joint, which is, you know, this is up my alley, but I can't get into quarter scale statues. I can't get into statues itself.
What you do, it's like,
I know, but space is the common thing.
yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
get
saying?
it. I get it. I
So-
definitely get that. I agree with you on that.
So that's basically my opinion on stuff. You know what I mean? So, guys, if you in it, get it. If not, you know, just speak with your wallet, man. You know, buy what you like. And I think this is a beautiful piece, in my opinion.
Absolutely. We got my guy Andrew James with the $4.99 bomb. Thank you so much, brother. He says, my man, great show. Great seeing you all here. This Ripley is gorgeous. I agree. And if I wasn't saving for an engagement ring, I'd be all over this. Dude, congratulations on that. I know your lady is going to be very happy about that. So definitely, man, congratulations on that. And yeah, man, she is a pricey meatball. Absolutely, she really is. We got 80 people in the chat, guys. Thank you so much.
And only 33
hit
likes,
that like
guys.
button.
Hit that like button. Sorry.
Y'all heard what the man says. Hit that like button. Absolutely. All right, guys. So next up on the agenda, let me take this down and bring this up. Go to stop sharing, and we're gonna go to the next thing. Our next, what I'm thinking will be the next release, if we're going by that whole backstage thing.
Well,
And I
there's
know
only one
Mods has
left.
been waiting- It's only one left. It's only one left, and we should be actually two, because
Is there?
they did the whole recall on that Iron Man. So
Yeah, but he's gonna take time to fix, right? So Miles.
this guy right here, Miles.
Yes.
And if you know, so I'm thinking hopefully tonight or later tonight or later, tomorrow morning, whenever, we'll be seeing this guy. And my question is, who is still interested in this figure? Miles, I'm gonna go to you. Your thoughts?
I'm just like me. I'm hoping the holdup, man, is just getting the J license, man. That's what I'm really hoping the holdup is. Just getting the license for the J's. That's what the only thing that really makes sense to me, because I mean, they got everything else it looks like already done. I mean, the prototypes and all that stuff, just I don't see what else could be holding it up. It's just getting that license.
Yeah, I don't think they're branded Nike though, are they?
Not in the proto shots, but I'm hoping that they'll put the.
I mean, they've never. I just don't know, right? They've never put out any licensed material on any Hot Toys, have they?
I don't know if they
think they
don't, then I'm gonna have to hand paint that or something, because I'm gonna want my.
It would be
J's
the
on
first,
that.
I think.
Yeah, I don't think they ever have. Like, especially like for the Marty McFly figure. They never.
I was just gonna say, Marty. It's not a Walkman. It's not. There's no branded.
Oh, they don't have a swoosh on the Marty shoes.
Nope.
No.
No.
That's a huge miss, man, because that's like, ugh, that's like half the show is Nikes, man. I mean, they do that hard focus when he's doing the moonwalk and stuff, dancing in part 3, and all about the Nike swoosh, the whole movie.
Exactly.
But I'm dying for this figure. I'm still not giving up on it. I mean, even though I don't have them yet, doesn't mean I still don't want them. I love this movie. It was my favorite movie of 2018. I need this figure. And
Wait,
I'm actually trying to track down the Mayfix version too. So.
You think this is better than the Infinity War?
Infinity War was part 1 of a 2-part process, so it's not a full-on experience. This was the best movie of 2018.
Right. No, I just gotta say, this figure 267 is worth the price. I mean, what you're getting with him, you're getting like 3 different outfits with this guy.
Absolutely.
Which is insane for the price. And I think this will be, I don't want to throw the term, but like it's the G term. I mean, it's like, it's going to be a grail. It's going to be a grail for many people, just because you're getting a lot of things with it. And I think the wait's going to be worth it. I think it's going to be worth it towards the end. I mean, we saw with Gwen, the Gwen from Spider-Verse, look how that turned out. Great. So most likely this one will turn out great as well. So just patience. That's all it takes. Yes, we're getting a lot of delays, but that's the new normal. So we just got to expect more of those. So,
yeah, I totally agree with Brandon Salad on this. He said, if you don't drop tonight, damn them, Hot Toys really be playing with us. They releasing a figure each week for the past month, right? Exactly. That's when I'm like, we definitely gotta hit. He's coming. He's definitely
coming. Yeah,
I think it's fair to say. Leo, your thoughts. I know you're getting this one, right?
Oh, he's got the shoes.
There you go. Yep. Hold on. We solo you.
There you
go.
I just one thing, Leo. Are those peg sneakers? Because from the looks of it, it seems like it's like a slip on. You slip it into the foot.
Yeah, they're not pegged at all. They're hollow.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
Actually, I think
I have a way of getting them in. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I got a full kit to do it, so it should work. I'll just wait for it. I don't know. It's one of those situations where I don't know. I mean, I'm patiently waiting it out. I mean, I was going to cancel it, but I didn't.
Wow.
I'm just being honest, because it's the simple fact that the wait.
Yeah.
What I don't understand, and I'm hoping that I really don't care about the explanation at this point.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why you released Gwen almost a year ago. Almost.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you basically released Gwen before you release this figure. If anything, you would have had them both ready. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That would have made the most sense. So we've been sitting on Gwen. I've posed the hell out of that figure so far. And we've been sitting on it for a while. But yeah, I mean, I can't wait for him to do it. I mean, put it this way, I can no longer say I can't wait. It's just, you know, whenever it happens, it happens. And at this point, I'm content with it. I'm content with waiting because I already have things that I'm backed up on right now. But I think that they should, if the release or the delay is based on just perfection and that they want to get it right, then I hope it's a payoff.
Right.
I really do, because this should have basically been, you know, we should have actually, yeah. My Myers, that's what's up, bro.
I was waiting to see that.
I'm sorry that I was. You already know, but yeah, I'm just hoping that the payoff is there, bro. Like I really do hope the payoff is there, and that they do give us. The thing is, I decided because I was gonna get like the OG ones, the black and you know, but I was like the white on white. I mean, the white on red, and then I got these because it matches the color scheme of what he's wearing right now. So I was like, that would be incredible. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, but if they release it, man, I'm definitely gonna be excited. But they just really need to kind of like do it quick, because by the time they release this, the next film's gonna already be out. So I don't know, man. It's but like I mean, yeah,
the hype has kind of subsided a little bit, right?
And I got it. Yeah, the hype did subside a tad bit, but I got to get it for the cause, bro. Just for the cause. I mean, is, you know, Miles Morales, the first, you know, Afro-Latino character, and, you know, rest representation all around. And that's basically me, mixed Afro-Latino. So come on, man, give it to us. We need it all day. Can't wait for it. I already have 2 of the video game versions, and I just did that to rep it because I definitely love Miles, bro. But yeah, just give them to us, bro. Don't play around anymore. Just give us the character. Give us the figure.
Absolutely. I want to give a shout out to Big Money Carlos one more time. He says this Miles was announced during the time where we were all collecting pre-orders. Yep. Anyone remembers? Yeah, a lot of people are doing it. That's like 2020 he's talking about. If so, it's going to drop in money quick, like Gwen Stacy.
I don't know.
I don't know about this one.
Yeah, I definitely don't know about this one, bro, because it is highly anticipated.
It is.
And people are still riding that wave with the film. I think there's going to be a reinvigoration once the figure drops. Again, it's such with the accessories and everything. And here's the thing is it's so toyetic, bro. Like, I mean, on top of that, bro, the amount of things that you can listen. This is, and Lou back me, co-sign with me on this one. This is a graffiti artist's dream figure.
It is.
Facts.
It is.
Facts.
This is a graffiti artist's dream figure. You can take this figure outside anywhere and pose it, and it's gonna look great by any ounce of graffiti that you see outside, bro. This is a graffiti artist's dream. Yo, Lou.
Yo,
bro, I'm Lou, 60 second. I'm going off a MacArthur train with this figure.
Bro,
you already know.
Bro,
you already know,
bro.
You already know. This is a figure. This is basically a graffiti artist's dream, bro. And it's a nice touch that they did it this way. It looks amazing, bro. Me myself, I'm gonna pose him with the other look, with the shorts on and the jacket. I mean, that's just the way I think I've seen this too much, this look. So I'm going to definitely do it with the hoodie, the J's and everything, because that's just so iconic with that figure. You go to any con, that's what you're going to actually see is that figure, that character that way. So I can't wait. I can't wait for it, bro. Like once it's released, it's just going to be finally, it's done.
Put it in J's is my favorite version of that costume, man.
Hell yeah.
Now, Carlito brings out a real good point, saying that Gwen will sell out soon after this drops. I definitely see that happening because I'm already putting on a Payment
She was a low
plan.
production run anyway. I mean,
She has
was
been in
low
stock for a
production.
while, so she's gonna sell out
Yeah.
pretty
I
soon.
definitely agree.
As soon as this
I
drops,
wouldn't be
it's going.
surprised if she starts hitting that blue list, that blue tag soon, bro. Like, because people, especially having these conversations and knowing that that's the very last one, and she's such a beautiful figure herself. I cannot wait. Like, the next film is basically, honestly, the most anticipated of all time for me right now. I cannot wait. I cannot.
Didn't they
wait for
delay
film.
that to July
Yeah,
2022?
they did. They
Oh,
delayed
that
it
sucks.
because it was supposed to come out in December and they delayed it. But if
No,
it
it was
means you're going to get it
October.
right, oh yeah, October. If they're
October,
going to get it
yeah.
right, if they're going to get it right, I don't care, bro, because it's a 2-part and they're actually trying to ride it out.
And I heard the second one is called Beyond the Spider-Verse, so we might be seeing some live action spiders. I mean, it says
Yeah,
Beyond the
who
Spider-Verse, so I don't
knows?
know.
That's
All
gonna
I
be
know is
amazing.
I'm stoked that I got to see this in the theater when it first came out, man. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people
Same
didn't.
here.
They were surprised. Just how
Same
little
here.
people were interested in seeing it.
Yeah, I did.
Absolutely. Want to go to Mafia. Your thoughts on this figure, man? I know you were way into the Spider-Man. I know you have still have a lot of Spider-Man stuff. Is this one on your list?
No, but that's not to take away from the figure. Like, this movie sucks, man, because like Maz said, like 2018, bro, we're 2022. It's funny going back on that, but I think this was one of the coolest animated style films I've ever seen. I think ever in my life. Just how they did it, the artwork was, in my opinion, revolutionary. It really felt very comic-y, and I mean that in like a literal sense. Like, just the way the art, like just like that picture, that's the whole movie.
Yep.
That art design was badass, and the cinematography, how they framed everything. I loved it. I love this movie. But I'm, granted, I am just kind of getting out of all the Spider-Mans and whatnots and Marvel for the most part. But even if I was still into it, I'm like, damn, dude, it's been like 4 years.
Exactly.
And
In a minute.
and then right around the corner we have the sequel. So, and I know not every collector follows this path, but there's a lot of collectors that will say, you know what, I'm just gonna wait for the new version.
That's right.
That happens time and time again, especially Marvel. Why am I buying this store? Well, Love and Thunder's coming out. Whatever, I'll wait, because not everybody gets every single figure, right? Nobody, So that's something that I feel like as a business they have to consider. I don't know what took so long. I was even puzzled then when they dropped Gwen and then they dropped, PS4 Spider-Man, Miles. I was like, what the hell? They could have just double released these. I don't know what the issue is.
Right.
I don't get it. But it's a great looking piece. As KG mentioned too, there's a lot of different options here. This is a figure I think if you were that into, buying 2 of them wouldn't be a bad idea. Just so you don't have to, you know what I mean? You can have complete different looking outfits, nice display. You got to really be into it, and then pair it with Gwen. But, 4 years now, it's like,
yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Now, that's not to say that that's a bad thing. It's just I feel like in the community of collecting, we do start to, our enthusiasm or excitement does start to wane over time, as it always does, even with the standard year and a half, right? From announcement to release, a lot of people fall off at that point. And now we've exceeded that threefold. So, but if you're really into it, man, I'm excited for people that want it, because he should be right around the corner. I don't, better late than never, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
You quoting
that's a
Ghostbusters
good
2,
point.
Cheech.
This is
The
a good
Titanic
point.
just arrived. Better late than never.
Right?
Right. Right. Lou. Sorry, last but not least. I promise I'll have you go first on the next one.
Wait, everybody went already?
Yeah.
I'm over here looking at my options to buy stuff because I got this nice little 10% off from Hot Toys.
Don't get sucked into that stuff, man. Don't get sucked into
Um,
Dude,
Listen.
so I know you got to be getting this right.
I'm getting 2 of these.
Woo, there we go.
I'm getting 2 of these. And the reason being because I want both looks. This is the look of him being Spider-Man. This is him being Spider-Man. When he has his hoodie and winter gear on, that's just him having his identity. Period. And with that being said, you can alternate into him being, Miles or him being Spider-Man. And the options are phenomenal, like everybody's been saying. But this is like one of those standout piece. If you're not one for like cardboard cutouts and stuff like that, then maybe this specific one is not for you, and you probably wait for the next one. But this film will always hold up.
Transcends.
Yeah, this film holds up. So, like, if you was to watch it now, and you will enjoy it just as you did when you first watched it. That's the thing. This is an enjoyable film. I have a challenge for everybody. Go rewatch this movie. Take some time, rewatch this movie, and then think twice if you're going to purchase this or not. Because that's where it's gonna hurt Mafia. Mafia is he's gonna be like, damn, Lou, don't do that to me. Don't do it to me, man.
I don't mind watching it again. It's a great movie, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I'm going to need to buy it though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, because I was like that with my Justice League figures. I was like, I don't really care about the Justice League, and then when I rewatched Justice League, I'm like, yeah, I care about the Justice League now. Like, so it's like you find a new love for it afterwards. Once you're done with the film, you're like, I'm glad I have these figures, because sometimes when you don't watch that movie of that figure, like I don't think I need it. Because I was the same thing with Lando. Lando was in the shelf. I'm like, I don't know if I need it. Then watching Empire again, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I have them. So it's just like you have this new foundation of love for it again. So
another thing that Anthony was talking about is how, like, when the next version of this comes out, there'll be another Miles to get. But really, I mean, I don't know about you, but like out of the 3 Miles that they've come out with, this is the costume for me, man. I love the graffiti spider. I love that he comes with the hoodie and all those extra apparel pieces. I don't need the video game versions. I don't need another costume. This is his costume, in my opinion, because I can put that hoodie on him and just because that's my personal favorite iteration of him. Just like that, just
and following the same trend,
man. What's up
to what Moz says too. If they do another one, you're not gonna get this many accessories. There's no way. I mean, this is a time when Hot Toys were, still kind of new, relatively new. They're trying to, entice people to buy the figure. Nowadays, they got a lot of people getting their stuff like, there's no need to put accessories. That's too much money. Just put
for Doctor Strange and a cape. Nah.
Yeah, put a couple of hands, a head sculpt, and that's it. And the figure and the base. So this is your best bet. This is the best. And plus, then again, it will be much expensive than this one. I think it'll be like a $285 figure. No, so
very true.
That's a new price.
Also, you're going to have a different costume with the new iteration because he has a new costume entirely. This one is unique to him. This is him like he got the blessing from Aunt May, took the suit and said, it needs to identify with me. And it's like what Leo says, like co-signing it. This is every graffiti artist figure representation. This is their stuff. Like, no lie, he looks like a b-boy. Period.
Yeah. I mean, you can take this to any like metropolitan areas, like San Francisco or New York, and do some pictures of photography, and it will fit with this type of outfit that you see right now in this picture. Yeah, you can put them anywhere, and it's
Comic-Con. Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
Yeah, what's Comic-Con?
We're gonna take some pictures.
Yeah, I think he's imminent. I think it might happen tonight, next week. I just think they're maybe kind of taking a break through Star Wars Celebration. I don't know. They're releasing their
your Wonder Twin said it right there. Raleigh Reviews. He said, I think Miles is next up, maybe even tonight. So
hopefully, because we have nothing to talk about tonight. So hopefully they do something. But no,
bro. You already know, bro. This is going to be the one to get. This is the one to get. I say this because this is the beginning of his story. This is him becoming Spider-Man. And a lot of people love this suit, this style, because it reflects them in a way. Whether it's being Afro-Latino, whether it's just the figure itself. Like, I like his look, that style with the hoodie, the varsity jacket, and some J's, bro. Like, that's my style. That's what you want represented. Or if you want to go graffiti artist, put him as Miles and just on his little backdrop. Or better yet, people have done this with the Mezco Hoods figure, who is a graffiti artist as a character, and they've done their own pieces and put the character there, just shaking up some spray cans. You feel me? So this figure is a versatile figure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's a versatile figure. So this is why I'm getting two.
Yeah.
Jay, can you go to the accessory page if you don't mind?
Absolutely.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, bro.
First up, we got Doc Smizzle in the house. What's up, Smizzle?
Hey, Doc
all
Smizzle.
the figures from the photo, all the figures from the photo have released. So this one should be any minute, basically. Totally agree. Totally agree. Let me pull that up for you. Go to the accessories because that's a good point.
And
this thing comes with a lot.
Right, and I'll give you an example. Like, look at this. Look at this compared to a Gilgamesh, a 275 figure that comes with a couple of hands and maybe a few effects, and that's it. And this is a 267 figure.
Yeah.
So
3 head sculpts.
Yeah, and 3 head sculpts, and I think you're getting 3 different outfits. So
yeah.
I don't know. You tell me which one's better. So better value.
And he's on a new body, isn't he? Because I know Gwen was.
Yeah.
New
body.
Yeah. So 267 nowadays is like the best deal. So it's a steal.
Also, I've been hearing this. Beskar Kid brought this up. I've been hearing rumors that Bo-Katan should be next. That Bo-Katan should be next week. Can't wait. I am definitely all in for that.
Didn't hear anything about it.
I'm down for that.
Interesting.
She wasn't on the list of what's coming out next yet.
Nope.
No, but that was for last month. She is scheduled for June.
Yep.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Definitely.
I think we're still tweaking her head sculpt, though. I think she's gonna be late.
Yeah.
We'll see. We will see.
I think the people that are keeping us from getting a proper John Cena peacemaker are bitching about her head sculpt right now.
And John Cena's like a 285 figure, right? 285, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rodney, I'm saying the same thing. Where the hell is Cable? Absolutely.
Yeah, he's suffering the Pennywise syndrome. You know what I mean? The delay, and you know what? It's okay. It's okay. And the reason why I say it's okay, we're getting bombarded with stuff, period. And if you're multi IP collecting, this is the time to like pick and choose which ones matter, which one you know is the hotness and is not going to sit long, because you know we all try to bargain shop and we don't impulse buy like we used to. You know, we matured. That's what the 6 scale game is about, maturing from impulse buys. But also, you know, if we're going to impulse buy, we need some coupons. You know, we want to save money for more stuff. So when it comes to Cable waiting, I don't mind waiting. Like, he's already paid off. Just, you know, send them to me when he's ready.
Absolutely, guys. I know we're running. We do have one more topic tonight, and I think we're gonna breeze. We're gonna go through this topic because I know, Leo, you guys are doing Uncivilized.
Yeah, we're gonna do Uncivilized.
Okay, so we're gonna hit. So we got to talk about it. So this week's episode of Kenobi. Man. I'm gonna for one say that the kid in me enjoyed it a lot. I have a daughter, so I have a little girl right now, and little baby Leia is just warms my heart because, you know, she's having adorable. A daughter. You know, she really is. So, you know, seeing the little girl, it just makes me think about. So I get all that, and when you have the pew pews and the lightsabers and all that going, it all makes me. It brings the child out of me. With that being said, I think the 3 episodes in the last prior week were very strong. They had little things in there, but they were still very strong. I actually watched The Boys before I watched, and I know it's a completely unfair comparison, but I was watching The Boys, all 3 episodes, and when you get past the debauchery, the spectacle, the superheroes, the cussing, the vulgarness, and all that stuff, there's great writing up under that. Stranger Things as well. Writing.
Yeah, it's great writing. Man.
The writing is just amazing. 10 out of 10 every time. With this episode, I see a dip in the quality, and I think it's fair enough to say that. That's my opinion. I still love it because it's Star Wars. Give me any Star Wars, I'm still gonna like it better than a lot of other stuff. But I do think it was totally a big dip in quality. Leo, I'm gonna go to you first on this one.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on the episode?
Yeah, I think look, with every season of any show, there's going to be that one episode where it's just going to be like, well, you could tell that the writers kind of took some time off a bit. It didn't really put their all into it. There was some continuity. There were definitely some continuity issues, with this episode. We saw that. I still stand firm with the relationship between Leia and Ben. It is some of the most beautiful things I love the relationship between the both of them. And I think that little girl as Leia is killing it, bro. She's doing such a good job. And I think Carrie Fisher, if she was alive to see it, she would be impressed. I do think that this episode, if there was any episode that made the 501st that made the stormtroopers look like a piece of shit, it was this episode. Like literally, like not one shot for real. Like, I mean, literally, like, these troopers, bro, the stormtroopers make the clones look that much better. Every time I see them, I'm just like, you make the clones look that much better. But I mean, listen, with any episode of any show, like I said, not everything is promised, bro. And there are going to be episodes that aren't always going to hit like they should. I think this one, we talked about what episode, I kind of agree with CC3PO. Like when we talked about it, we talked about what episode was probably going to hit mostly as a filler. And I think that this was the episode that to me hit more so as a filler because it didn't really give us as much. We didn't see Vader until technically, actually until the end of the episode. I just think that there were certain things. Now, it was interesting to see, what we got as far as, the Force sensitives and how we seen them as, almost like archived down in the basement, you know what I mean? Like in a certain area. So, we got that, and that's completely understandable. But again, to each their own, man. I'm not really ready. I'm not like most that are ready to bury this series, bro. I'm not ready to bury it. I'm not ready to basically say it was bad. I think that it hits on emotional beats, and there's certain things that they're doing with this season. I think it, hopefully the next two episodes will pay off. We do see that, Obi-Wan is finding himself. He's finding his rhythm. He's sort of getting his rhythm back again. I think that he's just driven by a passion to make sure that he gets something right. You know what I mean? He gets this right. Is protecting that child by all costs and her not being harmed is his agenda right now. And I think he's just in that focused range. But again, I mean, you can tell that this was, out of all three episodes, this was the weakest. Out of all four episodes, this is the weakest out of four. But I mean, I'm still optimistic, and I mean, it's Star Wars, bro, all day. So I'm not burying it. I will not bury this season. So I'll just say it like that, man. I mean, hopefully the next two episodes we'll see a bit more of a payoff. So hopefully we'll get there, man. I can't wait.
Absolutely. Want to give a shout out to Mandalorian Huntress.
Yeah.
Good
I'm
evening,
gonna
sis. How you doing, sis?
Real quick though, I'm gonna dip out because we got to get ready for the show. But man, thanks for having me on here, man. It's been a blast.
Absolutely.
What's going on, fellas? Everybody out in the chat, love you guys. If you haven't already, hit the like button on this particular show. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to everybody's here because we do this for you, and we want to show the love. We give the love to you guys. Y'all give us the love back by just watching, plain and simple. So that's 100%. The love that we get from you guys. And again, thanks for having me here. Absolutely. Everybody out in the chat, everybody had a chance to meet at Celebration. I love you guys again. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. And a toast to Mafia and Mandalorian Huntress. I will see you guys later on, man. I'm out. Peace out. All right. Hey, KG, I'm gonna be watching the show tonight, and I swear to God, if you mention anything about money spent, I'm gonna whoop yo.
I guess you heard that, bro.
I heard it. So watch my back.
Want to give a shout out to Big Money Carlos. Once
Yeah,
again, that's what I'm
Carlos.
calling him for now. Big Money Carlos. And also, Carlos, gotta give him a shout out. He hooked me up with a wonderful Unreal cape for my Batman, my 89 Batman brother. Thank you so much for that. Meant to shout you out for that as
Oh, yeah.
well. Thank you, bro. Yes, Carlos says Stranger Things season 4 is a easy 9.5/10 and a 9 and a 9+ on The Boys season 3. Then you get Kenobi. Worst episode of any Disney series. Ooh, I don't know if I agree with that. Ooh,
I do.
And with that being said, Mr. Mafia, you are next. Your thoughts,
Well,
please. Strap in.
Yeah, strap in, guys. No, listen, I love Star Wars. That's my problem, right? I think that's what a lot of us have. But, bro, I'm starting to feel like Book of Boba Fett's a better show.
Ooh.
And I don't really care much for Book of Boba Fett, but at least it was consistent.
Look at KG's face. Hold on.
I know, bro. Dare I say it? Dare I say it?
Damn.
Dare I say it?
All right.
There's
here we go.
there's so bad, dude. There's so much wrong with the show. The thing that really irks me is that the writer came out and was like, I didn't know that Obi-Wan knew Anakin was Darth Vader. I'm like, what?
But
Like,
yeah, third sister knew. Come on.
Like, no, the writer.
Oh, I
guy
know,
who's
but
writing
the
the
writer
show
let
had
third
no
sister
idea.
know, and that bothered me because nobody knew who Anakin was.
Well, yeah, and it's just like, okay, there's some cool stuff, but the writing is so bad on this show. And I'm like, how do you screw this up? This is Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is Anakin / Darth Vader. This is what people have been waiting to see since Revenge of the Sith. This should be like your bombastic, best of the best, as it were. No pun intended for tonight's show. But you know what I'm saying? Like, this, if you're going to make anything right, it has to be Obi-Wan, the show, right? You're bringing in some great actors. Now, he's awesome. Ewan McGregor's doing the best he can with what he can, and I'm loving everything he's doing. But it's like, goddamn, dude, I almost feel like this episode was just made to sell toys. I mean, there was nothing that I saw that was like, okay, this place is supposed to be like, I know this isn't Vader's area on Mustafar, but it's supposed to be like a heavily thing, right? They're like, oh, we don't have shields because nobody's stupid enough to attack us. But then, like, so the windows can be taken out with blaster fire, like, and then you got the lady, I forgot her name, who's sitting here with the communicator. Obi-Wan, are you there? Ben, are you there? And like nobody's paying attention. And then
she was right, and they were right there. They were like maybe
right there, right? That's supposed to be like heavily defended area. and then she bitch slaps a stormtrooper and he's stunned for like 10 seconds and falls to the ground. I'm like, none of this. I fucking love Star Wars, dude. So I was like, what the hell? And then Obi-Wan in the hall, he's getting shot from behind too, and they can't hit him. Like, it just didn't. There's so many things I didn't understand. I didn't understand why Reva is like, oh, I captured her, but I put a bug in her droid. Why? That still doesn't make any sense to me because she doesn't know that she's going to get, captured and gone, right? So like there was a lot of weird inconsistencies that I am not understanding, and I especially don't get why Reva was like trying to interrogate Leia as like a kid that knows nothing about anything. So it was like, it just seemed very, I don't know, in the end part with the Obi-Wan walking around like, with Leia under the coat was like
you said today, like Mr. Gadget.
It was like kind of a joke. I'm like, really, this is like a heavily defended Imperial, place, and nobody sees it. Like, it just seemed like, what the hell, dude? And then the snow speeders, the T-47s coming in don't like fly like that and hover, and then
very true.
They all jump into it at the end like a clown car. I'm like, they're not gonna fit in that. Like, it just, there was so many weird. I don't know, bro. I'm still gonna wait and see what the next 2 episodes give us. Barely, and Vader didn't kill her. Why not? Like, he's not a forgiving type of guy, so I didn't understand that part either. And I kind of want to see some Anakin. They had a great
Yeah.
opportunity to give us some flashbacks
There
with
you go.
when they were both in those back to tanks, and I was like, oh, here we go. We're gonna have
Should've
some
got a
kind of
Clone
cool nothing.
We should have got a
And
Clone Wars like flashback, seeing
something,
that
man.
would've-
So
yeah.
I don't want to rant about it because I'm still gonna watch the damn thing. But goddamn, bro, like I feel like damn, you're just letting us down. But then you can do Mandalorian at $150 million an episode, and it's like the greatest Star Wars that Disney's produced so far. And then they have the budget cut in half for Obi-Wan. Doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, yo, this should be a big deal, and they're not, in my opinion, treating it that way at all. So we'll see.
And you know, bro, we talked about it earlier, and you start. It makes you wonder. You have to wonder. Sorry, Aries. Shout out to Aries. 6K Cantina. Is Disney really sabotaging legacy characters? Because the whole thing when you told me about the budget that this had compared to the Mandalorian, it's like, are you kidding me? Yeah. This should have been, and honestly, with those 3 episodes, it looked like a feature. It looks like a feature. It looks like a feature film that we're getting. I think the cinematography and everything is way better than a lot of the Disney series that we have gotten. So I was shocked to hear that it only had half the budget that the Mandalorian had. So that makes you wonder, like, are they sabotaging legacy characters in favor of their own Disney Star Wars characters? And it's like, are we seeing a divide in Star Wars? You have Disney Star Wars, and then you have the original Star Wars.
Absolutely. And even with Dave and Jon Favreau working on things, they have zero to do with this show. You can go look up all the credits and everybody who's behind this. They're not producing, they're not executive producing, they're not credited under anything. Like I said, that writer didn't even know Anakin was Vader. It's like, and he came out and said that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I would have kept that to myself. You know, it just doesn't feel like they're putting they're not the same care or nurturing into this show that I was expecting. And, you know, I don't know, man. And you know, what you're saying there, you know, holding Mandalorian as a standard. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're going to serve me up this grandiose meal, this 5-course delectable meal, and then you come here and give me some top ramen, I'm like, what's going on?
And Eamon, I'm gonna address that as well, because, and then I'm gonna throw this to Lou. Lou, I'm gonna throw this to you. So I should have had you go first. I'm sorry about that, Lou. But I totally agree with that, because the whole thing of it is, this is like close. This is as close to your original trilogy as you can get. This should have been the creme de la creme. This should have been, I mean, if you look at the presentation of it, even how the credits go off, it goes off like a Star Wars film feature. So
this was only like a 28-minute episode too. Get rid of the recap, get rid of the intro, get rid of the 6-minute end credits.
It was short.
It's just you're right. Sorry, I get irked, because this is something like I think we've all been waiting for. Yeah. And even the younger generation who grew up with the prequels and the Clone Wars, right? They're like super amped. Absolutely. You know, I think arguably more than us old farts from the OT era. You know, absolutely. I think it's a very, and I know when expectations are high, you can't please everybody, but I don't think they're pleasing much at all for the caliber that this probably should have been, right?
Absolutely. Lou, your thoughts, bro?
I enjoyed it for what it was, but there's a lot of inconsistencies. And if I was to compare those inconsistencies with something, it was like watching an episode of Spaceballs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Spaceballs was better.
And Spaceballs was better.
Sorry.
And here's the thing. The whole glass situation, right? That made no sense whatsoever, right? Him being able to use the Force like this when he hasn't been, you know, practicing much. Like he was struggling with a little something, but he's able to hold water pressure and glass, breaking glass.
Well, when he came through, he was like not even a drop of water on him either. I was like,
yeah. So, I don't know. You know, that wasn't doing it for me. And then Reva's reaction when she was lifted in the air by Vader, specifically in this moment. I'm glad you posted this up because I was just thinking it, because her feet were super flat, like if she was standing on something, and it's like they shortened the budget. She's like this, and it wasn't so much of the verbal performance, like she sounded like she was getting choked out, but when she was lifted and then she drops, it doesn't look like a forced lift. You know what I mean? It looks like a low budget kind of lift. Her legs are not dangling. It looks like they took her, they lifted her, and then they brought her back down on a platform of some type. You know, it didn't look clean cut. That was like, that threw me off. I'm like, really? And Vader's walk changed too. If you saw him, like his pimp walk went to a thug walk and then just force choke. You know what I mean? Kind of like, you know, when a pimp is mad and he's like ready to slap his bottom one because his bottom one didn't do the job right.
Here's my monies.
no,
it just
it's crazy. But
it's
real
not
quick,
a good show in my opinion.
Real quick, the episode before this gave me hope. This one brought me back to reality. Let me just say that. I know what I'm watching. I'm just taking, I'm taking it for what it is. This is not the same Star Wars we come to know and love. And holding it to Mando standards is because Mando's gave us what Star Wars was. It was, yes, it was a lot of like product placement in the sense of toys, but also in the fact that you told a story. We got to fall in love with a character, right? We have a beloved character, and we can't really feel the same. We feel a genuine detachment from the individual. It was like, okay, it's good, but then all these things don't make sense. And I'm like, okay, maybe they could, woo me at the end. You know what I mean? Yeah. But this is coming from a person who's into Marvel and watches Marvel and see the consistencies and the 10-year, 20-year plan that Marvel did. And I can't really hold it to the same standards just due to the fact that different people are having their finger in the honey pot versus over there Marvel, you got one head, everyone else gets a slice of it, but it has to be, it has to go through me before get the stamp of approval before anything else. Some things may slip through the cracks, which is common, but they don't get overlooked all the time. Like they're noticed, but it's not too big to detract you. Here, it's a little different. There's a lot
too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, too many cooks in the kitchen kind of situation, right? But I'm still going to give it a chance. We'll see. And then at the end, I can have a consensus of like, okay, I can say which show, in my opinion, is better than the other. You know what I mean? So,
can I just interject one thing I wanted to say that this is why I get upset is, and I talked to Jay about this before, on our own time. If you're a company like Disney, you have God money, your God tier money. You are. It's Disney, bro. How much money they make per day just on parks? Like,
Carlito brings up a good point right here. It's right here to give you an idea of who Bob Paycheck. See, everything that we love was under Bob Iger. Bob Iger was a G. He turned Disney around and for the good, and that's how we were getting a lot of quality MCU films and all this stuff. When Bob Paycheck came in, I'm K-Chep. How you say? I say Paycheck because he's about the money. He says he's the head of Disney Parks from taking over as CEO. Look at the state of Disney Parks now. He's a money guy. So he's looking at who can do everything on the cheap, who can do it quick, who can do it fast. It's about the money with that. And and when that's at the head, it trickles down to the quality of the show.
Oh yeah, it's the kind of bottom line suits that always invariably mess up content, whether it's video games, movies, television shows, whatever, anything they get their hands on. And it's like, I don't understand when you have that much money, bro, you can hire top tier everything. And when you watch, as Carlos mentioned before, and myself and others, like you watch something like Stranger Things or The Boys or even shows in the past that are just, you know what makes shows great is writing. Like, and when you've seen these like amazingly written, sagas unfold, and then you have a company that seemingly has an inexhaustible amount of money, you think they would hire like the best of the best to give you that product, because if it's something that's everybody's raving about, oh, this is the best shit ever. Look why it's Stranger Things is so successful. They're just using that as a more of a modern example, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Then the critical acclaim, dude, you getting how much money they make from that? You know what I mean? You would make even more, Mr. Paycheck Guy. You know what I mean? Do it right, man, or don't do it at all, man. It's just my opinion. But
there you go. I'm gonna say this to Carl. We're gonna read this from Carlos. I'm gonna reply to it, and then we're gonna go to KG because I know KG's been waiting. KG and Maz. Carlos says, for the $10 bomb, once again, brother, thank you so much. He says the CGI was horrible. Reva is horrible too. She can't act, and her saber skills are trash. The show is a bust. Can't have the worst episode ever made on a 6-episode series. Now I'm going to say this because I know a lot of people talk about Reva. The saber skills did look bad, and I tried not to see it, but whatever, I'll let it go. And I'm going to say this. I want Reva to win. I want Reva to be a great character and all that. It warms my heart to see a woman of color with a lightsaber in a boss position. That shit is dope as hell. I fucking like it. And it's not about, but looking past all that, we got to look at the writing. We got to look at what all that is around that. And if the writing don't make sense in the characters interacting with it don't make sense, then it doesn't make sense. That's just what it is. The problem with this show is bigger than Reva or whatever. It's the writing isn't coming off right. Like Mafia was saying earlier, that was a perfect time to put in a scene when they're both in the back of the tank, reading, feeling each other through the force or whatever the hell, to have that moment of going back and doing a scene where they're back at the Clone Wars and all that, showing us some stuff like that, showing us their relationship. My whole thing is, why the hell did they bring Hayden Christensen back if we're not going to get him? I know we got 2 episodes to go, but I'm like, you could have put any tall bloke in that suit and that just would have been it. But you brought him back for a reason. So I'm trying to figure out, did they cut that whole thing because of money? Because that's what it's looking like. It's looking like they cut a lot out of this show to save money. That's
just a year of rewrites too, remember?
That too. And when you see there's a bunch of rewrites, there's always problems.
Yeah. And even if they show Anakin or Hayden Christensen, right? For what? Maybe like a 30-second monologue if his helmet gets broke and we get his real voice and we kind of see him. I mean, is that worth the payoff for the whole show at the end? I don't know.
We'll see. KG. No, you've been waiting patient, brother.
Well, before I go, Loco Lu seems like he has to go now.
Sorry, I didn't see.
Yeah, I got another one I'm popping into. You know me. Ding,
Gotcha.
ding, 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 ding. Connect 4 kind of situation. But love y'all guys.
Definitely.
Hit that like button. Subscribe to everybody here. And check out their latest content. They're always putting out some good quality content. And don't forget, Half Shell Saturdays.
Half Shell Saturdays. That's
you
right.
already know.
Dun, dun.
There we go. See, we getting it. We get it. All right, KG, I'm going to catch you on the replay and watch the rest of this. All right?
All right, man. See you, Loco.
Later,
man.
Later, brother.
See you, man. Bye.
Peace.
Absolutely.
So yeah, look, I might be in the minority here, but I love the show. I absolutely love this show so far. Now, here's the thing. So I'm not gonna name this content creator because I don't want to name anybody, but if you know him or know them, then yeah. He mentioned that that Star Wars is perfect. It always has to be perfect. Okay, well, perfection is not a real thing in this world, right? There's nothing perfect in this world. For me personally, there are some plot holes. There are some little things like don't make sense. I understand that. It's a show. It's entertainment. I don't care about the small stupid things. For me, It's Star Wars. I love seeing Vader. I love seeing Obi-Wan. I love the story that we're seeing right now. I do wish that we got more of Obi-Wan in his PTSD moments. You know, that we could have seen more, but that's okay. I've always wanted to see, and I've said this before. I've always wanted to see Obi-Wan's journey after Revenge of the Sith and before A New Hope. I really want to see what he was doing between that time. And to know that he was doing this is amazing. I love it. Yes, this episode was a filler. I still loved it. I loved when Vader was pissed at Reva and he was coming and charging at her, and I was like, "Whoa!" I just love Vader. So it was a really cool moment for me. But for me, it's Ewan McGregor is just killing the role. Anything that he is, he's such a method and incredible actor, and every episode I watch this Leia, I'm just loving that. We're getting spoiler territory right at this point. I think that interrogation scene that we saw with her and Reva, like she was about to cry, and I was like, wow. I mean, this little actress right here, I mean, she deserves like an Emmy at least, because I was just outstanding by the amount of great acting that she did in this episode and the previous episode as well. We still have 2 episodes left, and those 2 episodes could be great, and those 2 episodes might be bad. For me, it's I'm still going to enjoy it. I don't agree. Like, I can respectfully disagree with Mafia. I personally think that this show is better than Book of Boba Fett. To me personally, so far,
I think so too.
That's me.
Yeah.
I just love seeing Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan was one of my favorite Star Wars characters growing up. I grew up with the prequels, and seeing him back into this role is just so refreshing. And for me, it's just a nostalgic factor because I grew up with the prequels and seeing Anakin, Hayden Christensen coming back for the role. And yes, I do agree that we're not seeing a bunch of him in this show yet so far from what we have known. We still have 2 more episodes left, and we might be seeing maybe like a battle damage version of Vader when he's fighting Obi-Wan again, or something. We'll see something that happens with Hayden Christensen. There must be a reason why they brought him in this role. No way, we saw him, in the distance of episode 3, I believe, we saw him with the Jedi robes, and there's no way it's just for that one scene. There's going to be multiple scenes. I'm pretty sure there will be, because like you said, Jay, they could have just put someone in that suit and call it a day, and put James Earl Jones' voiceover, and there you go. There's Vader. There was no need for Hayden, but there has to be a reason why Hayden's in it. And yeah, so for me, the show's great. I gave the first episode a 10. I gave the second episode a 10. I gave the third episode a 10, and this one I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I'm loving the show already so far, and the Book of Boba Fett was a show when it first started. I was just not impressed. I was really not impressed of how the show was going. I'm glad that we saw him, after what happened to him after Return of the Jedi. That was great. But there was too much flashback happening. It was too much.
Absolutely.
This one would make sense, in my opinion, to show more flashbacks. Yes. This would make 100%. If they showed more flashbacks in this, I would not disagree on that. Like, I think that's a great thing about it. And we might be seeing more in the future episodes, but I'm excited to see what we'll see with Reva. I'm actually kind of enjoying Reva, and I might even pick a figure up because I actually kind of enjoy her now. At first, I thought she was annoying, but now she's kind of like getting my interest in a little more. I'm like, she's not that bad, and I think it might interest me to pick up a figure. And who knows? I mean, I don't know how many figures we're getting, but I'm pretty sure we're getting a Vader and an Obi-Wan. I think those are the most obvious ones
absolutely
of the show. But yeah, to keep it short, I love the show, and I can't wait to see what we'll see the next 2 episodes. I think the show will be fine, but I might be in the minority here. So, yeah.
And I mean, I agree with you a lot on that. I mean, I do think it's better than the Book of Boba Fett, but even that's hard to say because I mean, the Book of Boba Fett gave me the return of the Mandalorian episode, which I think is some of the best Star Wars ever. And then after that episode, we got an episode with Luke having a damn training montage with Baby Yoda. I'm sorry. That's that's childhood. That's just like right there. You gave me
But
Luke Skywalker back.
yeah,
That's
but
amazing.
you see that, right? That's because the Mando was in it. If Mando was not in it, the show would be, still terrible, right?
And that's
It's because
thing.
that those 3 episodes it drove people like, okay, well, I'm actually kind of like a Book of Boba Fett more because Mando, Luke is in it, and Ahsoka and Cad Bane's in it. A lot of fan service going on,
Exactly.
and so it's just, I think it's because there's not a lot of fan service going on here too much that people are like, oh, okay, the show is, I can't do it with the show. I'm done. So we'll see. I can't. I mean, we might be seeing Qui-Gon. That could be, that could be a reoccurring character. So
yeah,
we just never know. The 2 episodes might be good. They might be bad. But I'm a Star Wars fan. At the end of the day, I'm gonna love the show either way. So
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'm still gonna watch. I'm still gonna.
Of course, we're still gonna watch it, bro. But like, when you're used to shows that just can bring in some incredible writing, and then I think the expectations are set as when you've seen a lot of stuff, right? Like, because I love Star Wars, and it's just like you would think that it would be top tier quality writing, and there's some cool schlock in there and the action and stuff, and I'll agree in that respect because I think Ewan McGregor rocks, and his portrayal is excellent, but he can only go so far as what the writers write for him or how he's directed or what the script is like, and I feel that's where it's lacking. And I love Star Wars, and I love that we're getting Star Wars, but I don't want to just be like, well, hey, we should be happy we're getting something. You know what I mean? Because you have to be like, well, wait a minute, some of this stuff's a little wonky, and I don't understand why.
Sure.
I want to give Carlos thank you for the $5. He says, and we're in disagreement. He says, I disagree about Reva. Ewan McGregor is great in the show. I think we all agree to that. And he's getting the same bad writing. Moses Ingram isn't right for the role. I'm gonna say this. Being familiar, I've seen her in other work. I think she's a good actor. Not being right for the role. When I see just being in the background and doing production and doing movies and music and videos and stuff like that, I usually always look at the direction and the writers, because at the end of the day, the actors are fucking. I'm just gonna say it. They have a job to do, but if they're given, but they have to work with the shit they got, and if they're working with shit, it's
shit.
Well, no matter how you shine it up, it's shit. So I'm not gonna do personal lie and be like, oh, Moses is that. I'm not gonna say it because I've seen her in other work and she's good. She's fine. And I mean, and I don't hate everything that she does in this either. But with that being said, is there some questionable things? The lightsaber, the thing was kind of it did look kind of trash. It was. It did. I can't fake on it.
Why is Obi-Wan dressed up in new Jedi robes when he's supposed to be hiding out? It's like I said, I feel like the episode was just made to sell toys.
It could be. I mean, that's what I thought too, Mafia, and I agree with you that he could have worn an undercover stormtrooper outfit.
That was like the most overt Jedi outfit you could wear. You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying too, Mafia. There's definitely little plot holes here and there. There's some things that don't make sense, but like I said before, there are many Star Wars fans out there that think that everything, Star Wars should be perfection. Everything should be perfection. 10 out of 10. Yeah. That's just not possible. I mean, that's with Marvel and DC. DC is not perfect at all. I mean, look at their, the way they're making films,
Absolutely.
right? Yes. Right. So nothing is perfect in life. I mean, that perfection word should not even be a thing in this world because there's nothing perfect. This show is not perfect. Mando's not even perfect, So it's just, we got to exercise the way, because I think it's because a lot of people had so many good expectations because of Mando. Mando was such a great show, and the expectations were so high for these upcoming shows that they thought, oh, we're going to get the Mando treatment. But that's not the case. Every show is different. Every show has different writing, different directors, and so it's just, that's how it is. Everyone has a different vision. It's not going to be the same sort of treatment or chemical, same treatment that every show is going to get.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but
this is Big Brother right here. And we're gonna go to Maz. Sorry, Maz. I know Maz been waiting for a while. I know Maz was like, can I get a damn word in?
I know, right?
Sorry, Maz.
But damn.
I know. Sorry about it. Yeah, just Big Bro says Reva's just, and I agree with this. And I know people gonna be like, what? But I agree with this. Reva is just like Anakin, because I was hearing this shit 20 years ago. Reva's just like Anakin in the beginning. People dislike the actor, and then we have grown to love him, and it will be the same for her. I think that is going to, I think that's definitely going to be the case, because I heard the same with Daisy Ridley. And I had a friend of mine that hates, he's like, man, Daisy Ridley was terrible. And I didn't like her as Rey. She sucked as Rey. And then I'm like, okay, talk to me. It's like Tyrion said in Game of Thrones, talk to me in 10 years. Talk to me in 10 years, because everybody's going to be talking about this. Oh, the sequels weren't that bad. You know, maybe.
Well,
or maybe they were just that bad.
Right. And one more thing before Moz goes. People think that this is well, apparently now they're greenlit a second season. We're still going to get more Obi-Wan after this. So they're going to stretch the story. You know,
Well,
people
they
think
haven't confirmed it yet, though.
They haven't confirmed it yet?
No, it's just rumor shit. Until like Star Wars comes out and officially says it, we got 2 episodes left. You know what I mean?
If hypothetically, if they are greenlighting a second season, then I think we're going to be okay. You know, then they're going to stretch out his story, and because you know it's still a little bit left till
I would agree with that. I would totally agree with that. But if you guys remember, we said the same thing about Boba Fett. We were like, "Yo, if there's a second season, it's gonna make a lot more sense." And then they
haven't said shit about that.
Yeah, so I don't know.
No, I haven't said anything about season 2.
Yeah. Maz, your thoughts, brother? I'm so sorry. Come on, you
good.
have the whole floor, bro.
It's all good. All right, so let's start at the very beginning. All right, the first episode, the biggest thing they did was they gave us this whole Leia storyline. This is horrible. What they should have done is had the Inquisitors come to Tatooine, probe out, maybe give Obi-Wan the sensation that they were finding Luke. Not necessarily finding him, because you can't, because Luke's got to stay there. But they're closing in on Luke, and that's why he leaves. He pulls the attention away, saying, "Hey, look at me, come follow me," and he leaves. And maybe he crosses paths with Leia and Organa, you know, but you know, have a little thing. But throwing her in here is just really diluting the whole plot. It's taking away from Obi-Wan. It's making the whole story just feel weighted with garbage. And then you get Reva, which I think she's a beautiful actress. I think, you know, I've seen her in other stuff, and I've liked her in other stuff, but I hate her in this role. Okay, I like her. This is not. I don't know if it's a direction, because fifth brother, I forget his name too, but he is coming off all kinds of weird and wooden too. Like just everything is so angry with them, and I don't know if that's their choice for the Inquisitors or something, but it just doesn't feel right. It feels forced and unnatural and just hard to watch. When we were watching the first couple episodes, we were like, what is wrong with her? She needed her own little backstory before this whole thing got on. So we understood why she was so angry, because we just go in and she's just mad. She's just mad, and like nobody likes her. And they try to give you this little bone, like you're some kind of dirty mudblood or something, whatever the Inquisitor was telling her. And then she stabbed him. And it just, but it felt like too little too late at that point. That needed to be established somewhere earlier with a flashback for her or something. And it just wasn't there. And it's done her a disservice ever since. Then you skip forward to, you know, this episode. I think the third episode was the strongest episode, although the choreography for the fight was very weak. Just the lightsabering. I mean, if you're coming off of Clone Wars, you know, the lightsaber should have been a lot better, even though Obi-Wan, we know, is, you know, I'm sorry, hold, my Alexa's going nuts for some reason. All right. She started talking. I don't know why. But you know, you're going from the Clone Wars kind of fighting style to this. And I understand Obi-Wan's very rusty. He's been trying to hide his abilities. So he's kind of forgotten them. He doesn't understand, you know, he doesn't tap into them like he used to. And I get that. That makes sense to me. But you know, the fight should have just been a lot better. The fight was more like Alec McGuinness versus Darth Vader in A New Hope. It was just very slow, sluggish. For the time, it was great, but now going back on it, hard to watch for me. You know, just like it's just not very exciting to watch. It's very, very mechanical lightsabering. No real, you know, fluidity to any of the combat. But yeah, and then I think we're gonna get. I think the way this is gonna end. Oh wait, I forgot about episode 4. You guys had me built this up for so long. So episode 4, it had all kinds of weird plot holes. Yeah, it's a glass that made no sense to me. How a blaster is going to take out that glass. I'm like, this isn't, come on. And of course, the weird stacked, hide under the coat thing that didn't make any sense. And of course, Obi-Wan running around in just his Jedi outfit. All these things had problems, and just really no point in messing with them. But the biggest one that I had the problem with, though, was the size of the speeders. And as Anthony mentioned, the clown carness of having 3 people jump into this one speeder that's already got a pilot. So 4 people in a 2-man ship that seemed even shorter than usual, flying with a hover, which I never knew they had. It's just,
where were the TIE fighters patrolling too, or anything? Like, I don't
exactly. We're just, what is going on? But I think what the writers for any of these offshoot shows need to do is take a quiz with Filoni before they write anything. If they don't know how to properly serve these characters, they shouldn't be writing for them. I know the guy with the purse is the one hiring these people, but they need to go through somebody to put a checks and balance in place to say, this guy can't write, or this guy can write. This director can work, this director can't work. I mean, Deborah Chow, she gave us a good episode when she did Mandalorian, and I don't know what's going on with this, but it's not landing. And then somebody mentioned with the Mandalorian, we can't compare everything to it. Why can't we? I mean, that should be where we sound everything coming off of this, everything that's been sprouted, because all this stuff is sprouted from the Mandalorian. Why can't we use the Mandalorian as the basis of what we should expect and go, oh, well, you win some, you lose some, or, not everything can be like that. No, that's just lame excuses. I mean, this is the gold standard, Mandalorian. This is where you should hold everything to. If it's not coming in there, bring somebody else in that can fix it, because this is not good. I mean, having this wishy-washy is just going to completely ruin your chances at your movies later.
And I think that's the problem. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you get back in. I put this side note. That's the problem. I think what it is too. Once again, we said, and I think Lou brought this up. It's a little too many cooks in the kitchen, and they don't have that one point person that's going around and being like, no. And that's what Marvel in the earlier years of Marvel Studios had. You had a Kevin Feige, somebody that was walking around like, no, because Kevin Feige would tell you he was on those sets of those X-Men, or those shitty Fox X-Men movies, and looking at all
Dave Filoni above all that. And I don't say Jon Favreau, because he's the one who gave Boba Fett all these talking lines and taking off his helmet. No, you don't get to say anything else anymore, Jon Favreau. I loved Elf, I loved Iron Man, but I don't trust you anymore. Put Dave Filoni on top.
Well, I mean, yeah, everybody has a right to try something different. It just that like you're saying, that just didn't land. That didn't land.
Yeah, it didn't work.
It just didn't work. It just didn't work. It just didn't. But the examples, and just addressing what Amin is saying here, we have so many examples of good writing that's out there with all those shows, The Boys, Stranger Things, whatever. I mean, so many. Ozark. I mean, and even Mandalorian. If we just want to stay in school, Mandalorian. We have all these great examples of good writing, good. I mean, at the end of Mandalorian season 2, I cried like a baby.
I didn't cry, but seriously.
Yeah, I was feeling like a baby, because the whole time he doesn't remove his helmet. He removes his helmet for the child.
When the story makes sense,
the story it pulls it all together. It makes sense, and we're not getting that level, not yet anyway. And I know we got 2 more episodes to go, but we've seen this before where we're down 2, and we're like, all right, we hope these 2 turn it around. Please turn it around, and it doesn't.
Well, this is what has to happen in these last 2 episodes. We have to have Obi-Wan kick the crap out of Vader. In order for A New Hope to be canon, he has to kick the crap out of Vader. I'm sorry, because Vader tells him in A New Hope, the last we met, you were the master and I was the teacher. He's got to get his ass whooped again by Obi-Wan. So hopefully we will get the battle damage Vader. As far as Qui-Gon, we're not going to see him until the end, because Obi-Wan's going to finally be back into the power where he's going to learn what Yoda sent him to learn, because he hasn't learned it yet. You saw that already. He's been trying to talk to Qui-Gon. He doesn't answer him. So he's going to talk to Qui-Gon. We're going to see the Force Ghost, and everybody's going to be fanboy and happy about that. But as far as Reva goes, what needs to happen, and I hate to say it, is Vader needs to kill her. He needs to kill her, but it's not going to happen because there's, social justice, whatever is going to say you can't kill this person on the screen because of whatever reasons. And
I
but
mean,
the character herself needs to be off because in order to put away, that hunt for Kenobi, because he's got to sit there now back on his planet Tatooine and be able to just babysit Luke now, as far as we know, at least for the next 5-6 years.
Yeah.
In order to make it safe so he can do that, she needs to be, the dogs need to be called off, and the only way that you can do that is to kill her. So,
and I would agree. You know what? And I don't know how I would feel about that, because in one way, yeah, I mean, if anybody if you're here, the spoilers are out there. I'm not going to go and talk about like the whole end of the show has been spoiled. So I'm not going to go there with that. But my whole thing is, if let's say if she does die, I would feel kind of like, damn, what was her? Because what is her deal? We got 2 episodes and we still don't know exactly.
Yeah, we still don't know where. Yeah, we don't know what happened to her. Why she's so obsessed with Obi-Wan still. So
yeah,
there's a reason for it, and that should have been told already.
Exactly.
It should have been told in the 3rd episode by now.
It should have been told in the first episode because she came in too hard. She came in way too hard. We needed to understand that before they brought her in that hard. Because, I mean, they kind of, I think, alluded it to a little bit when they were telling her that she was unclean. I don't think she was part of the original ones that they found, the original Inquisitors. I think she was she was a analogy I made before, like the mudblood kind of thing. Say again?
That's what she was. You see her right in the beginning of the first episode. She's a little youngling.
She's not one of the
first frame of that. Bullshit.
She's the first. She's the first
frame. The first frame is her as a kid sitting there. The very first frame.
Yeah, that could be it.
Well, then I missed that.
That's her. Yeah, that's what they do. And all Inquisitors are like former Jedi or things like that. So I think it's just some weird Stockholm syndrome, and she's mad at Obi-Wan because he failed and Anakin turned to the dark side and took everybody out, and she's like,
she should know he's Anakin. Nobody should know he's Anakin except for,
I know. Well, they don't know how to write the show, bro.
And Thrawn, who later figures that out. Nobody else knows that Vader is Anakin. If you go back to even the Thrawn books, which are canon, not the Heir, but the newer Thrawn books, right then and there, Thrawn and Emperor were the only ones that knew he was Vader.
That was kind of like
cherry picking. That's the problem. They're cherry picking what canon they want to pull from, and like Anthony was saying, you had a writer on this show that didn't even know that Anakin was Darth Vader. That's a damn shame. I'm sorry. That's like, how the fuck did you get this job? it's like
yeah, it's a little weird, right?
They need to put Dave Filoni up there in charge of all of that stuff, like he was in charge of Clone Wars, and at least put these through like a test to be like, okay, you've at least done research, you can write an episode, Yeah. But when Reva said that Anakin was alive and he was Vader, that was the most livid I've been watching any of these shows. I was like, no, what the hell? She shouldn't know this. And it made me so mad. You can say all you want about, that weird Robert Rodriguez spin thing from Book of Boba Fett and the Like a Bantha, but no. When she said Anakin was Vader, man, I was like, give me the Vespas back, man. I just, no, this is not cool.
Kill the Vespas. Kill them all. Audi 66, them shits. Carlos, thank you once again for the $5 bomb. And this is kind of heartbreaking. Said, I love Star Wars. I love the Star Wars concept, but aside from OT and Mando, I've been let down too often. That's heartbreaking. That is, because I think that's probably your typical like OT Star Wars fan is kind of feeling that right now. That's kind of I don't want to speak for anybody, but that a lot of people are feeling like that. The writing is bad, and I'm sorry, KG. I can go on about this. Go ahead, sir.
No, you're fine. No, what was I going to say? So. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Okay.
Well, while you're thinking about that, I have high hopes for Ahsoka because Filoni is in charge of that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Maz brings up a good point. I mean, the fact that the writer did not know that Anakin was Vader was I just learned this now. Like,
Yeah, I didn't know
while
about
we're
that
doing
either.
it, I was like,
Writer
what?
didn't know about it.
Yeah,
There's
go read
no.
it up, bro. He just did an interview, and it's
So
like,
I do think that they should really fact check these people, really, because they need to know their stuff with Star Wars. Because listen, we are all Star Wars fans, but not a lot of us are nice. So they have to really check up on these directors or writers to make sure that they know what they're doing and they know the history of Star Wars and what we have seen, and some of the books as well. Because the fact that a writer does not know the biggest thing with Vader is that he's Anakin. Anakin is Darth Vader, which was, I don't know, I find
He
that
probably
very
thought he was his father. He
peculiar.
got confused.
What was it?
He probably thought he was his father and got confused.
Oh my god. Yeah, so it's
He's Luke's father.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if they do a second season, let's say they do a second season, I hope they replace the writers and pick some good writers, because I do agree. I think writing is a huge component into a show and a film. That's what kind of drives the cohesiveness of the film and kind of brings the emotions of each character, and there's character development. So I do understand that. So I do think they should really fact check after. I really hope they don't mess up Ahsoka, because Ahsoka is one of my most anticipated shows of 2023 as far as Star Wars goes. And yeah, I hope they pick good writers. That's just it. They have to pick writers that love Star Wars and knows everything about Star Wars, almost everything.
I hope Bryce Dallas
Can
Howard gets
I
the
ask
whole
you guys
series.
a question?
Yeah, go for it.
Can I ask you guys a question? Because I'm still kind of new to a lot of Clone Wars. My brother, outed me last week. I'm still new to a lot of Clone Wars, and in Ahsoka, didn't people didn't like Ahsoka when she first came on?
No, they didn't love the Snips version. They did not like the Snips version of Ahsoka, which was like
Filoni deliberately decided to make her that way. You weren't supposed to like her for like the first season. You were supposed to end up liking her. He designed her that. If you go back and watch the interviews and stuff that he had at the time, you weren't supposed to like Snips at the beginning. You were supposed to feel just like Anakin felt about having to deal with her. He wasn't thrilled about it. You're not thrilled about it as a viewer. You're like, she's annoying and whatever. And then later on, she has an episode arc. I think it's when she travels around with that slower, like the tortoise type Jedi guy. I forget his name, but that episode there, I think, is when everybody started coming around to her, and which is intended. That was how Filoni intended it when he brought her out.
Gotcha. Okay, last super chat for the night. Hey, Carlos. Carlos, you been paying? Hey, I got another steak dinner. Sponsored by Carlos. Thank you so much. You know why Star Wars fans hold Star Wars to the highest standard. Star Wars is why you got the
Back to the Future, Marvel, Lord of the Rings.
Yep. And don't mess with OT characters. LOL. I mean, he's right. He's right. And I really think that there's a big problem. I don't know what's going on there, but there is something there with Disney and pretty much like not doing legacy characters right. I really think there's a problem there with that. I don't know why, because I mean it's money. They're your property. It's their life. So it makes no sense to me for them to shoo away or underwrite these characters, or just are they just thinking that like, hey, these characters are so good, it writes itself? Is that what's going on? And because you put all this work in, like your Mandalorian and all these other characters, but you're not putting in that same level. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. It's weird.
Oh,
we can talk about it all night.
Anthony, another nitpick. You know how you're talking about how he wasn't wet at the end of the scene? How about when he came out from the dive and came into the station?
Oh yeah, completely
to
dry.
That door, he's like dry. Like, wait, didn't you just swim into this building?
Yeah, it's things like that that just kind of like, am I expecting too much? I don't.
Well, obviously you were. You expected to be wet after the glass broke, man. If he wasn't wet when he got out of the water.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of like common sense type stuff, right? Like,
right.
I was surprised there was no water that spilled through the doorway before it got shut all the way. I was like, where's the water on the floor? It was so much of him getting wet. She's like, where's the water on the floor? And then they're like, oh, wait, let's pan back to that. There's water dripping between the doors.
Yeah, that's my only thing, man. I want this to be great.
Yeah.
Not just okay.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. And that's what, yeah. That's the hard part. This should have been a 10. This should have been coming out on firing on all cylinders. It should have been great. It did. I mean, because they had everything they needed.
And
I mean,
they
you
could
have
have even done a cool Thick Bantha Boy was saying the hallway flooded, you know, all this didn't make any sense. But even like right there, that they could have gave him his own cool kind of hallway scene too.
Yeah.
You know, that could have been really dope. Like him either, you know, not relearning, but getting back into his groove and just really doing some kick-ass stuff here, and then nothing, just fizzle.
Well, they're just not spending enough time with him, and that's one of the reasons why like they needed to not have Leia in here, because now we've got to divide our time between him and Leia, whereas we could have been spending some of that downtime with him reacquainting himself with his abilities.
Yeah.
You know, just instead of that one scene where he's like, "Can I bring the communicator closer?" I don't know.
I would have loved to seen the show split into two. One show about the Inquisitors with Reva and the rest of the Inquisitors and Vader, and then another show about Obi-Wan and Vader and what that all means. And it could have been a 4-episode show. It could have been or it just could have been a feature on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And I think people would have bought right into it. You would have had title writing, and then you could have did your experimentation in like Vader and, you know, his goon squad, Vader and his hit squad, and the hijinks that ensue coming this fall.
Yeah.
You know, you could have. I would have bought into that.
You think they should have broken it down? Like Reva should have had her own kind of show with the Inquisitors and
if
things
they
like
had
that.
some Inquisitor show and she was a new character, I'd be like, cool, man, this is dope.
I think I would have been up for that actually,
I
because
want a
you have
from the Empire.
They
Yeah,
really
you have
did miss
much
the
more
opportunity though to bring back Seventh Sister with Sarah Michelle Gellar too, which is kind of annoys me. I mean, they really could have brought her back.
Yeah, you're right. You are damn. How the hell
You know what?
A huge missed
Can I say
opportunity.
one thing before we? Because I know we're gonna probably wrap here. That it's weird to me. It's cool. I don't know how I feel about it exactly, but it's interesting to me that they're pulling, and they started this in Mando, you know, and a little bit into Boba Fett, and now we're seeing it in Obi-Wan, that they're pulling so much stuff from Jedi Fallen Order, which is a game made by Respawn, you know, published by EA. And they're like, they made stuff, a lot of cool shit, like this area that we're like, you know what I mean? They're pulling so much from that game. I don't know how I feel about it. It's cool, but it's like, damn, like
they are.
You're pulling from a video game, you guys. That you didn't.
I
write.
think in this show we should definitely get some. I wouldn't say.
I'm sorry. Oh my god!
Just be ready to watch this show on August 5th, guys. This show is.
But
I
would
just thank you for the butthole stretching on the daily. Thank you for the $5.
Mafia sent me here.
Anthony, what have you been doing with this guy?
I'm not doing anything with that guy. He's just here to represent.
It says you sent him here.
Maybe I did.
He's getting daily stretches.
Good stuff, man.
Before we end, I just want to say that I do hope that if we do get a show of Vader, if it's in this show, that we do get some PTSD with Vader, you know, with Padme and things like that. I hope we get some reflections towards that, you know, and
stuff I want to see what's going on in his head. Yes, and Vader's head.
even in the OG trilogy, and even in this, or even Vader in general, he has never mentioned Padme, or like never even had a sense of Padme. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like I have not seen anything him like, oh, Padme.
He's supposed to be
like that, you know.
His time was divided. See the thing with Vader, his time was divided in three. I believe it was in 3 ways. And Mafia, I think you would know this. You can correct me if I'm wrong on this. That his time was in chat as well. He was constantly thinking about how he lost to Obi-Wan on Mustafar.
Right.
He was thinking about trying to find ways. Remember, he's trying to find ways to bring Padme back because of the whole Darth Plagueis thing.
There you go.
He's working on that. See,
and
this is
Obi-Wan for her death.
Not getting this in the show.
And the thing is, Maz, the reason why, you're right. He has mentioned her in the prequels, but that was at that moment. I'm saying like 10 years after, I'm sure he has some reflections towards like, why did I join the dark side, or did I do the right thing?
Yeah,
and
but
things
he
like
still
that.
has this rage though, bro. Like
here's his rage of Obi-Wan because he denied
he
him.
looks out the window,
Padme.
bro,
Right.
at where Obi-Wan fucking cut him in half.
And
you know,
I
in
understand
pieces,
that.
and it fuels his rage, and then he's like,
Right.
"Oh, I'm just gonna let him go." And
No,
then,
I understand that.
Why did
but
you not let him? You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
that-
there should be a little moment at least. Give me like a moment of Padme moment, you know, like that he has, because Padme was the love of his life, you know, and he was his, you know, he was trying to save Padme, or the thought of, you know, her dying in his dreams, but it was all, I believe, Palpatine kind of tricking him through that. So, yeah, I just want to see a little bit of Vader, you know, having reflections towards Padme and what he did, you know, so.
I agree with you. I agree with Ram right here. He says, I feel like this all the time, hoping the last episode makes the middle of the show worth it. This is how it was with Book of Boba Fett. He's right. And he said we shouldn't have to think like that. We shouldn't. This should be like, oh my God, did you see last week? Oh my God. Like even coming up with the show today, I'll tell everybody out there, I didn't want to do this show today. And I didn't want to do it because I'm not happy to do it. You know, I would be excited to talk about, well, this not the show, but this portion of the show, talking about you know, recapping this episode, because I don't want to shit and bash Star Wars. Star Wars has given me a lot of great memories, and I'm a Disney kid. I love Disney, and we all know Disney does have a ratchet ass past, and even with that, I still love Disney. So
it's Bob Paycheck though. That's the problem. It's Bob Paycheck.
There you go. There you go.
And Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Jerry, thank you for the $4 bomb. $5 bomb. Sorry. He said, I hope they don't think of giving us a Vader show and ruining the character.
No, they shouldn't give us a Vader show. As much as we'd all enjoy a Vader show,
he needs to be in small doses. I feel the same way about Luke Skywalker. Small doses. Small doses.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Because I think we already got a Vader film, if you think about it. I mean, we got Revenge of the Sith, which is basically kind of like a Vader film. I mean, that's Anakin and his journey becoming Vader. So technically, we did sort of, but yeah.
I don't know if you really count that bad acting as any kind of film towards anybody, but I'm sorry, Hayden. And it was more Lucas's fault though, with the one take film style that he likes to do. But yeah, very hard to watch Anakin on the screen. For me,
true. Disney wants to make new characters. Yeah, I feel that way. I feel that they're shitting on OT, and that's the problem. That's really the problem.
And they're not even casting like the legacy characters. I think they came out and said they're not gonna recast anybody because of what happened to Solo.
Yes,
they don't want to do it again. So
they need to cast Millie Bobby Brown as a young Leia though before she gets too old, man. She's I mean, that poster I saw, the fan poster with her as Leia.
Damn.
Just have you never seen that fan poster, man? Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
That would be that's interesting.
Yeah, people be a deep fake too, like that.
I could see it.
I could see
their own Leia show. I'd probably watch that as long as whoever's on charge of this thing's not in charge of that, man.
Yeah.
To get actual Dave Filoni involved, I'll be happy to watch it.
Yeah.
His woman slid with another man. His world was falling apart. His brother betrayed him and cut him up and watched him burn, pure rage.
And
I understand
that. He blamed Kenobi for her death, for everything.
For sure.
Everything that happened to her.
For sure, yeah.
Yep.
I would have loved to seen a scene, even before Kenobi, if there was a scene where, you know, if Vader goes to her tomb, you know, because I don't think she got, you know,
he doesn't know where she was buried.
Really?
No, he doesn't know.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't know where the kids are. He doesn't know anything about her. She was taken away.
Well, I know about the kids,
that
but
was
like,
all after in Revenge of the
She
Sith,
died when the rebellion
after...
people were leaving. You know, all Organa and everybody, they were all leaving. It's not like they brought her back. Oh, by the way, here's your illegitimate wife that you're not supposed to marry as a Jedi. And you know, their love was secret, so they, you know, they only Ben really knew, and I guess Organa. But,
yeah.
All right, guys. I think we went in.
Yeah, we
went in on it. Yeah, we went in on it. I always have fun with you guys and you guys out there in the chat. You guys have been wonderful in killing it. Want to go through the panel. I'm gonna start from the bottom. Mr. Mafia, what you got going on, brother?
Hey, man. Well, as always, man, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
It's always a pleasure. I, too, do not like to just, shit on Star Wars because I love Star Wars. But damn, bro, it's like you got to have opinions on it, man. And Mandalorian's awesome, so what the hell. But anyway, with that said, yeah, man, I just dropped my Moff Gideon review. We got our stream Saturday. Lots of stuff, man. I'm close to 2K subscribers.
Let's go.
So
Let's get you there fast.
you want to hear some real talk? Come check it out. Because I don't have a filter sometimes. But hey, I feel like I can't. You gotta have opinions, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's fun, man. It's always a pleasure, man. Lots of stuff going on over here on the channel. So come check it out. Make sure to subscribe to everybody here too if you have not.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Always good to have you. Always a pleasure to have you here, brother. Absolutely. KG, I'm so glad to have you here tonight, man. It just spent on my budget of getting you, and I know you owe Leo his 15%. And I think Riley, you owe him 5% now. I think he's getting on action. So
yeah, Will too. So
damn, they all making money off you. This ain't right, bro. It's not right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, I know it's just hectic, but no, thank you for inviting me. Yeah, I got mixed up with the time because when you said 5 p.m., I was like, wait, 5 p.m. East. I thought it was Eastern time. So I was like, oh, no, I can't make because I was doing John's show. Then I saw 8 p.m. I'm like, oh, wait, that's 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm getting mixed up with my East and West. So I'm right now in Georgia. So that's why.
Hey, so am I, man. So am I. We should hang out.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm here for a little bit, but yeah, no. So tonight we have Wonder Twins episode, Riley and I, on his channel. We currently are inviting a few people because Riley wants some few. So Jay, Maz, or Mafia, if you want to join in 11:30 Eastern time.
Oh wow.
Let us know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I'm getting a figure in tomorrow. Then I got another figure in coming, I believe, Saturday. And then collection tour, and I'll be doing a review on those two figures. They're both Star Wars figures. Nice. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me, man. And thanks again for tonight. And I can't wait to do more of this. So yeah.
Absolutely good to have you there, and I'm gonna try to jump in on the one, because I'm like the one. I'm an honorary wonder triplet, so
brother. Because when you told me your age, I was like, "There's no way." I thought you were like 28 or 29 or something. I was like,
"Does look young, doesn't he?"
Thank you so much. That's how old I am. Because I love hearing that, and I'm gonna tell you about this camera I have. Let's do a little commercial for this camera. The Sony ZV-1 has this feature on it where it can soften the features, so I don't even really look like this in person.
No, we FaceTime a lot, and bro, he is like,
I'm a zombie. It's the whole Dorian Gray thing.
Yeah, he does not look anything like how you guys see him here. Trust me. Come check out my channel, subscribe. I'll send you guys some exclusive photos of him. Yeah,
OnlyFans.
Yeah, definitely. Moss Toy Box, man, we got a lot going on. We're working on a new logo and everything, right?
Yes, man. The ones you sent me have been awesome so far, but I think we're not quite there yet. But as much as I'd like to be, and I'm sure you'd like to be, because you don't want to probably work on it.
No, man, I love what I do. I got you. So we definitely
I appreciate it.
Definitely, but you got
Anthony still owes me an opener because we still don't have a Batmobile, and it's been past 2 weeks.
It's coming.
You said 2 weeks. You said 2 weeks.
Yeah, maybe I did. I don't know.
And then you said, "All right, dropping it." It's not 2 weeks. But anyway, that's not why we're here. Tuesday we got the toy photography talk. Harry's out of town. He's in Vietnam for the next month, so it's Loco Lu right now. So if anybody wants to come in and talk some toy photography, 6 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays.
It's a great show.
Awesome. I'm going to be doing some shots of this guy, I think, considering we got a new show coming out for him. And this is the DC Direct figure, so he's actually a little taller than their typical Hot Toy. And his articulate, he doesn't even have ball joints here on the wrist. They're just like pegs. So trying to get posing out of him with pain. But, I got 2 of these things. I bought them a while back, and I'm sure they're going to go up now. And I'm hoping InArt starts making it. This is a DC property. So I'm hoping InArt might be like, hey, because Hot Toys, I think will probably pass it. It's too low, too small of a little line. But But yeah, Tuesdays, man, we got toy photography talk, and we got some good stuff coming up. I got this really cool Batman shot we're gonna go over. I don't know if you guys saw that. I posted it today. It was like a cool helicopter view of my new Matrix Batman.
That was dope.
We're gonna be going over that. That's actually a single light. That's all it was, just one light. So it was actually pretty interesting shot, and I love those Mafex figures, man. Oh my god, great! I'm actually coming out of that 1/6 scale stuff. I'm not buying as much at all. I'm buying more 12 scale stuff.
They're cheaper.
Well, unless you're backtracking on me.
They're good for dioramas. They're really good.
They're good. They're very good for space. That's yeah.
But I might be getting my Maul and Ahsoka possibly next week. My shop says that Ahsoka should be in next week. Maul they paid for back in mid-May, so I'm hoping we'll ship that at the same time. I don't know, but yeah, I'm just really hoping we get figures in this line. And like I said, Tuesday, toy photography talk. Guys, make sure you hit the like button to subscribe if you're not already subscribing. And much appreciated. And of course, come on over to Mazda Toy Box and do the same. We'd appreciate it. So
yes, absolutely.
And everybody else here. Of course, Anthony,
absolutely. Man, like, share, subscribe to everybody that's on this panel. A lot of great content, a lot of good stuff going on. These guys are amazing. And they're not just good, YouTube personalities. They're great people in person. Trust me. These people are great.
Don't get your brother cousin merch.
Get your brother cousins merch. Def, we got a new shirt that just came out. It's called The Schedule. It has the schedule of all the shows in the back on the back of it. So it's real nice.
Cool.
Real nice. Real nice shirt. I wish I had it here, but it's in the other room. See, I need a damn intern. I need to get an intern. But anyway, love this shirt right here. Once again, thank you to Ara and El Professoro, Mario, for holding me down with this shirt right here. It's a dope shirt. Awesome. Love it, love it, love it. And red's my favorite color, so they just know the weight of my heart. So what I got going on? So yeah, you guys know I'm like, this year I'm just Mr. Bad Decision. It's not a bad decision if it makes you happy, right? So I ended up getting Stormtrooper Luke and Stormtrooper Han Solo.
The two
so they will be one. I got them. I got both of them. I got them off eBay. Got them for a great deal. Shout out, you know who you are. And we're gonna be doing Good Morning Grails with them for the next week. So this week coming up is we're gonna be showing off Han Solo on Good Morning Grails, Han Solo Stormtrooper version. The following week it'll be Luke Skywalker as the Stormtrooper. So you're gonna get those back to back. So we got that coming up. And Saturday, we got Half Show Saturday with Loco Lu. Can't even remember what we're talking about, but we're gonna be talking turtles. So definitely join us for that on Saturday, and especially after that Saturday evening, I'm gonna be joining Mr. Mafia. Anthony Scale Mafia will be doing his show, so be there with us. Also, we gotta get Mafia to 2K. He should have been at 2K. This man gets a lot of views. This man puts out a lot of great fucking content. Get him to 2K. Get him to 2K. Do it for your mama. Do it for your country. And do it for my brother.
Just do it.
Just do it.
That's right. No, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, we're getting there. We're almost there. Absolutely. I think we're like 17 something. So
awesome.
Not too far away.
I'm getting really close to 1100.
Hey! Oh wow! There you go.
I said that with sarcasm because I've been at the same place for like the past month, but it's my fault. I don't do enough like actual content, I guess.
It be like that sometimes. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for staying with us. When we did go a little over, I was supposed to see Top Gun. Guess I got to see that this weekend. But anyway, I do it for you guys. My guy does it for the new Nookie.
We had fun, I hope. We had fun, right?
Yeah, we had fun.
That's right. We had fun.
It's good stuff, as always.
We'll see you next time, guys. Take it easy.
See you guys.
Be sleazy.
Later.
Deuces.